All right. There we are.
Yep.
Art tips.
Do you like this, Applejack?
Complete brain rot.
You're just laying on the iPad, so I might as well use you for cameras. For camera
We might
footage.
as well use him for reference.
You don't like that, do you?
Welcome.
All right, get out of there. Silly little thing. You're gonna start making trouble. We're gonna have to send you to the bed. Hey!
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 What did we say?
What did we say? Not to make any trouble.
How is everybody doing?
Hey! No!
Applejack's being a stinker
He's
tonight.
being a stinky. Look at this.
Lexi, Applejack won't leave us alone.
Look at this. He's guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty! Ah. Okay, get out of here. Get out! Go. Jeez.
Don't send him to me. He's gonna bother me.
Well, I want him to go to the bed.
Quit. Purple juice tonight.
Oh, yummy.
Ooh, I need a
Barely any
refill.
purple juice.
Oh, like a tiny bit left.
Hey, Gear Gaming. Hello, chat.
Hello. Lexi, Coco, Star, Go, Tech a lot, yo, Frank, Gear Gaming. What app is that? This is Procreate on the iPad.
Yep.
Applejack?
Applejack, you're being such a silly. Look at that. He looks like a roast. A little beef roast.
Pork roast.
Pork roast. Are you a pork roast? You want us to roast you and eat you up and then have you as a kitten again? I wonder what you would have looked like as a kitten. We got you at 1 year old.
I bet you were a menace.
He probably was. Hello, marshmallows.
You just wanted to be held, didn't you?
Yeah, he probably just didn't want to be held. You can hear him purring. He's just chilling. I don't think I can pull this any further. There we go. Hear that, chat?
How is everybody doing? All right, you're out. You're out.
Out.
No more desk privileges tonight. How is everybody doing?
What are people up to?
Cat is happy. Cat is fat and happy.
I'm still recovering, but I'm nearly. My coughs are nearly gone, so that's a relief.
Except when
when
stream starts.
I know, or when I'm sleeping, then it appears again, like a little menace. So Applejack's not as annoying as that. That's for sure.
We are live. Okay, there we go. Your baby is asleep, so you get to watch your stream. Nice.
Oh.
Happy baby.
Happy
Welcome.
baby. Debating what to draw.
Word.
My answer is always draw girls. I don't know.
Boy. Hello. Go. Hello.
Yeah, maybe we'll just create some random characters.
Debating what to draw.
I'm debating what to draw, so I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm just do like random characters.
Tori.
And then people be like, whose OC is this?
Welcome.
They can't see it. Oh. What if that replaced your head?
What if my head was this?
Oh my gosh.
Chat? Yes or no? This replaces my head. The Mickey Boo Boo. What do we call it? Ray Boo Boo.
Ray Boo Boo.
Yeah, Sarah.
Sarah name.
Suggested Ray Boo Boo.
I think it's hilarious. It actually, I feel like it sounds like a funny name. Let's see. Let's give her like some short bangs.
Lizzie, welcome. Severine. Is that how you say it? Severine. Tickle Monster. You're not on your Arabella. Is that it?
On your Arabella account.
Crabby. What?
Every time I think Arabella, I think of that tiefling. And
Oh,
Baldur's
yeah.
Gate. Yeah.
We got Baldur's Gate for brains lately.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's what it's from, isn't it?
Well, that's what it reminds me of because Arabella is a character in the game.
I mean, that's what what my knowledge of the name Arabella is from.
Yeah.
It's from Baldur's Gate.
Who else
3.
is named Arabella in this chat? Wait. Who has like a very unique name? Because I'm actually quite curious. I'm always like in need of like names.
Just discover your channel today, and I already learned so much from you. Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
I'm happy to hear that. Hey, Katsula. I'm out of town. I'm gonna draw so much since I have a little internet. Nice. That's fun.
Heck yeah.
How much do I need to know to draw realistically to start jumping into drawing anime style?
That's a good question.
To start drawing anime style, you can do that whenever you want. There's no like time that you have to wait for. You can draw whatever you want whenever you want. But I would obviously recommend learning and studying foundation.
Yeah. I think, you can do both at the same time, study some foundation and also, try your hand at drawing in an anime style and, just kind of get used to both. I mainly did anime, and I kind of just winged everything as a kid and growing up. And I learned more of the fundamentals later. So, I kind of had to do, a bit of both. Did a lot of realistic stuff for a while, and then I switched back to anime just because it's fun. But when I started, I didn't really have to. I just kind of did it, just kind of tried and saw what happened, and just kept trying to get the likeness.
You're in the Tickle Monster account, nice.
Let's do cute little buttons, something like that.
Yeah, you can draw whatever you want, right? Like if you get into drawing and you're doing it for fun, there's no rules. Like you can draw casually and enjoy it and do whatever you want, and people who tell you to do a certain thing, if you don't want to, you don't have to. Screw them.
Yeah.
But if you do want to get better, there are very reliable ways to get better, like studying foundation.
Studying foundation is going to be at the top.
Dimensional drawing. If you want to be able to draw from imagination, not everybody does. If you want to be able to draw from imagination, building your visual library, building your ability to draw in 3D space through, perspective and dimensional drawing, form drawing, and learning design are the 3 probably biggest pieces of drawing from imagination. Is this June?
No, it's just a rando. Because I felt bored, and I was like, I'm just going to draw someone with a cuter hairstyle.
I feel like a lot of the time there's artsy-oriented people, and then there's, improvement-oriented people, and I don't think there's anything wrong with either. Like, some people go to the gym because they want to set new personal records and lift more weight, and that's what they find fun. And other people go to the gym just because they want to stay healthy. And they, go on hikes and all kinds of stuff. People are just different. Some people draw just because they want to kind of be craftsy and they make stuff and draw and doodle and enjoy it. And other people draw and they kind of treat it like a challenge. Like, how do I improve? How do I grow? How do I get better? What do I focus on in order to make my drawings, look better? And I don't think either of those are wrong.
Yeah.
Which kind are you?
Oh yeah. Which kind of artist are you? Are you a casual, cozy artist?
Cozy drawer, or are you a sweat? An absolute sweat.
You're always trying to what would min-maxing be a good term for it?
People min-max practice. They go, what is the absolute best thing to practice? They don't really do the practice a lot of the time, but they figure out what the best practice is that they then proceed to not do. I try my best to be a cozy casual. But there's nothing wrong with either. I think both are great. I think there's fun things about both. One, I think, kind of prioritizes focusing on just expressing yourself and having fun and trying stuff. And the other one is it's like a personal challenge.
Yeah, I think it's like drawing's a game and you treat it different ways. And there's no right way to treat a very flexible game. I think it's like a big game with different kinds of modes. And if you switch modes, it's going to change the way you play the game in a way. Like, because like if you're just casual, like you don't really play it as like someone would as a sweat, or like on hard mode, or like
Shrimp colors.
shrimp colors. That's kind of cute.
You mean like her hair shrimp colors?
Like cooked shrimp or like raw shrimp.
Because that's
Or like mantis shrimp. I don't know. Cooked shrimp. Okay.
Cooked shrimp is beautiful.
It's good.
Shrimp.
Shrimp.
So good.
The drawing is pretty. Thank you. Have you done a tutorial on drawing flowers? I've drawn roses and they end up looking like deformed floppy pancakes. When I was younger, I wanted to draw like a bunch of flowers. And yes, I totally get the struggle, because like there's just so much stuff happening with roses, or like with all this stuff. So let's look up a reference on how to draw roses. Like, what kind of view are you looking for? Oh, that's a really nice painting. Did you do that?
I did this as a demo today. Y'all want to see my flowers?
Do it.
This is as far as I went with the demo today.
That's really pretty.
And I would say if you want to draw flowers, if you want to draw a group of flowers, think about the design of the arrangement of the flowers. So, for example, you can go, like, maybe the flowers occupy this space, right? And a lot of the time, you will have a cone with a sphere on top, and the flowers will occupy, they will come from here, like this, and they will occupy this sphere. And so all of the ellipses will kind of follow this, right? The ones on the edge will kind of look like this. Maybe you'll see the backs of some as well. This is a really good way. And of course, some of them are probably going to come out a little bit and do this.
It's like a little bouquet of flowers.
Yeah. And then the individual flowers, when you break them down, a lot of the time will kind of turn into discs or concave surfaces or convex surfaces. Break it down into like the most primitive form first. Like, maybe the flower, I don't know, looks like my Control Z is not working. There it goes. Maybe the flower looks like this, and then it has another ring around it, like this, and it comes out and comes back down like that. And maybe this is how like the petals go. And then
everything's dimensional drawing.
Yeah, that's why what we were saying earlier, I guess I'll just leave that there. That's why what we were saying earlier with dimensional drawing, like if you acquire dimensional drawing as a skill and you practice it, you will start to break down everything into like simple primitive forms and volumes. Like this 100% is just like a deep bowl.
Yeah, it's a deep bowl.
Yeah, it's like a...
Like, don't get distracted by all this stuff. Just, what's the overall?
Don't get distracted by details. First, look and think about it as what overall is this object, right? You're going to draw thousands and thousands and thousands of very primitive forms. This is just like a cylinder with a rounded end.
Yeah. Cylinder with a bowl at the end. And then, like, when you want to draw the petals, it's like, oh, this petal wraps around the bowl. So, like, you can start with, like, your main petal. And that, like, also influences silhouette. So, it's like this goes over and around the bulb. So, like, okay, there's one petal already starting to look like a rose. Because if you get the shapes right, then you're getting, like, halfway there, right? Here it wraps around.
Yeah.
And there's, like, overlapping.
Mentioned earlier, which is you've got dimensional drawing. You got visual library, or like your reference, right? And then you've got design. You focus on those three things. Those are like the three main contributing factors to something that looks good. Like dimensional drawing is how does it occupy the 3D space? How do you draw it in perspective? The visual library is what does it look like? Like what does it actually look like, and how, I don't know what's happening, right? What is it? Is it a flower? Is it a horse? Is it what forms make that up? And then design is like how to arrange things in an aesthetic way.
Yeah.
Make the silhouette interesting, make certain things uneven, or where do you put the line weight? From what area can you light something to make it look interesting or good? Like color theory, all of those things would come under like design.
Yeah. what I do to like draw like this in the inside is I think of like a spiral or like a little pond with like a ripple, and then like I'll just like layer my flower or my petals kind of like close together. It's like an ellipse, and some of the petals will overlap.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. That's how I'll think about like the inside.
How do you draw concave or convex? Well, convex is like it comes out, right? So you can draw like a disc. Here's the middle, comes out, and you could do whatever. This is like a convex form.
It's like a dome.
Yeah, it's a dome. And then concave is basically the same thing, just the opposite. So it would be punched in instead of out. So for example, here's the middle. You punch it in. You know, something like that. You'll see these all the time. Like the rendering on these show that it's concave because the light comes in and it hits the bottom. So the light is like, you know, coming up from this direction right here. And this part right here is in shadow and this part right here is in light. Now, if this were like a sticky outy thing, it would be the opposite, right? So if my cylinder or if my flower for some reason came out like this, it would be the opposite. You'd have...
Oh. Have you ever seen a convex flower?
Nope.
I've never seen one.
It'd be like this, right? You'd have a shadow side and you'd have a lit side. And then this would probably be like that. Maybe somewhere in between. There. Now it's like, you know, a cone, a peak on it.
Cute. How to not overcommit on the sketch and save for rendering.
I'm not sure what you mean. Overcommit on the sketch?
Like maybe think too much on the sketch, or like, is that what you mean? Actually, there's a lot of people that really heavily like spend their time on the sketch because that's the planning phase, and then with the rendering, like they'll kind of the rendering doesn't really actually become that much of a big deal. The planning phase is generally the more important one. But you know, like I think as a beginner or someone who doesn't really draw very much, every step is very convoluted. So let me think. I think it's good to commit on the sketch. Like, funny enough when you ask that, because the sketch is like where all your like decision making is going to be, like, oh, like how you're going to think about the form, right? Because I'm not going to think, oh, I don't want to like think too much about the sketch. I want to think about the rendering. Well, I got to make sure that my drawing is correct first. And not only that, but you don't have to render like immediately after the sketch. You can wait a few days. Like you don't have to like spend all in one sitting on it. No, it doesn't have to be quick. Like I think there's like thumbnail sketches, which is like you just want to get something out. Like, you know, when you're planning a piece, you're like, okay, well, what placement do I want it to be, right? And these can be like done quickly, but you're gonna be refining this later anyway. So you're like, okay, if you're doing like a bunch of ideas, and you want to get them done quick, you know, then you know drawing faster, meaning like maybe you can time yourself. Say, okay, I want to get each thumbnail sketch done in maybe like 3 minutes. You know, and then you're like, okay, now I need to just focus on the most important bits, which is where do I want to place the character? Do I want a close-up shot? Do I want, you know, something that's farther away, that's more environment heavy? You know, but like it can be as simple as this.
I would say unless you're getting absolutely bogged down and spending a really, really, really long time on something that is like taking away from something else, I wouldn't worry too much about how long something is taking.
Right.
People take drastically different amounts of times on different phases, and there's no rule. Like you don't have to do one thing or the other. I would just say if you spend so long on a sketch maybe, or so long on a particular piece that you lose focus, get bored, and quit the drawing, that's probably when you can go like, okay, maybe this is actually doing more harm than good.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, it doesn't really matter how long you spend on a particular phase. Like, I mean, even in the professional world, like artists will spend 50, 100 hours on a single illustration sometimes, depending on what it is. Like that's so much time. Like imagine spending, between 50 and 100 hours on a single artwork. Like that's, a lot of people will do that. And some people will spend 2 hours on an artwork. So it's like, it varies so much. There's no like slow and fast. There's just, am I getting to where I want to be or not?
Yeah.
It's like, if I get too wrapped up on a particular phase, I quit.
Mm-hmm.
I quit, right? But like, I mean, if you were to spend between 50 and 100 hours on something like a piece of concept art, like you probably wouldn't want to do that. That's a really, 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 really long time, unless it's like a hero prop or some extremely important game asset. But for an illustration, that's totally fine. A lot of people will spend that long on a painting.
I think I know what kind of flowers are convex. I think it's echinacea. They kind of look like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They like bend backwards.
They kind of bend backwards, yeah.
I spend 4 hours max on an art piece and proceed to have burn out or art block for 2 weeks. That's funny.
4 hours, that's a very short amount of time. Then again, I'm the same way. Like, I'll try to like bust out a piece in like 4 hours when I should be spending more time and going slower. Because like a part of my brain is like, oh well, if you do it quickly, like when's the next time you're going to be able to get this inspiration from? And that's like scarcity mindset, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, it's like
I only have
like reinforcing this belief that if I don't finish it quickly, I will burn out. It like contributes to it happening as well. Like if I don't finish this quickly, I won't do it. Mm-hmm. And then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy a lot of the time.
Yeah. But like people sketch differently too. Some people will consider like, oh, like a rough color with like messy line work as a sketch, and some people will be like, what? That's my finished artwork. It's just different purposes and different like amount of time that you spend.
Yeah.
On an art piece.
We were trying to. I missed this comment.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you're still here, Nguyen. Trying to break into the industry with animation and being an art teacher. Animation, neither Christina nor I know all that much about. Neither of us animate. Mm-hmm. So I can't say how to become an animator. I know certain fundamentals overlap, like perspective overlaps, figure drawing overlaps, gesture overlaps. Color theory overlaps. Composition, for a large part, overlaps.
Yep.
But then there's additional things with animation that I'm not very familiar with because I don't animate. This'll be fun.
Yeah.
Shrimp
flavored character.
Yeah. How long have we been live? I don't know, since we pinged the Discord server.
Who asked that?
Fuck. Oh. Hannah, hello. Ginny, how you doing?
Hi, Ginny. I never had a shrimp-colored character before.
It's like a nice, I don't know, pink peach, British.
Pink and peach,
and
like
right as you said that.
Not too bad.
I said we've been live since we pinged the Discord.
Let's give her like green eyes.
Yeah, look how many studies Clear Sky did.
Oh my gosh! Wait,
these are all hers.
that'd be so cool. I want to show that. Wow.
Like, look at all these.
Oh my god, those are really
nice.
good.
And look at, she even went out and literally got flowers.
Oh my goodness.
And got
Is Clear
flowers.
Sky here?
I don't know. Clear Sky, are you here?
Because I want people to see this.
Yeah, these are awesome. Next week is our last week. Sad.
Oh, she's a great student.
Yeah. Bro, I need
Shrimps are gray when they're raw, but they're pink when they're cooked. And Tori said pink, cooked shrimp. So, yes, cooked
cat
shrimp.
hair floating in the air, dude. Always trying to get in my lungs.
Maybe that's why I cough so much, just because of cat hair.
Are we making OCs without me? You were invited.
God, Cocktail shrimp.
Personification of my drawing posture. Wait. Wait.
Cocktail shrimp.
Hold up. Hear me out, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hear me out.
Hear him out.
Hear me out. It was just an idea.
Mm-hmm. Like a little bit of a dark ring around. Okay. You know, I was thinking, what if I gave this character to Tori?
Can Tori handle another
Can Tori
character?
Tori can't handle another character?
You know, I was just
in
saying,
your
like,
play?
I mean, if it's a shrimp,
Yeah, heck yeah.
she's a scene girl. She's like a light scene girl.
A light scene. She's
You know,
like
like
the raccoon tail.
Yeah.
I want a little bit redder. There we go.
Haven't been here for a while. Hello.
Hey, Will.
How's it going? Just finished OC art. Ginny, isn't that all the time? Haven't you always finished OC art? I don't know if Tori's here anymore.
Uh-oh. Maybe she'll miss out on this chance.
The guys, Christina got me a sleep hat.
It's so cute on him. It's so good. I love, you know, I love humiliating my husband.
Humiliating? You mean keeping my head warm?
But it's cute. I mean, I don't know if you think I think I make him look like an absolute
It
cartoon character is just absolutely adorable.
it looks funny.
It looks funny.
It looks funny. Like,
yeah.
legitimately. It looks legitimately funny, but it's so practical.
Mm-hmm. You're like, why do I?
If I'm with you,
I wanna
bully
hit-
him. Oh, you're not getting any OCs anytime soon. Professional honk shoe cap? No, literally, it is a literal honk shoe cap. I mean, with the candle, like the bump in the
Shaky.
night hat.
What's going on?
Yeah. Are there colorblind artists? Yeah, a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Bah.
Bah.
Are you sheep? I'm not sheep.
Okay. Going to the natural prey for the fox. Let's do like a little green teal flower. How about that?
Oh, cute.
That's cute.
I'm not shrimp.
I'm not shrimp. I love it. It's the 8th for us.
Yes, it is still the 8th for us for another 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. Let's do like maybe striped hair in here.
I was working on it. Last time I was working on it, this time I actually finished it. Nice.
Ooh.
Shrimp.
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 There was a video of a cat owner who called his cat Shrimp, and he's always like shrimp, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. I'm like, oh, that's fun. I wanna say shrimp like that nowadays. It's funny. Ooh, let's do this.
What kind of shadows? Maybe something really saturated.
Yeah.
Something really. Or I even meant for like the head, the skin, like under the neck,
Oh,
or under the chin, or brow ridge, or whatever.
Ooh.
Something like that.
That's fun.
Maybe like pinker or nah.
Pinker.
That's
Let's
pretty
try,
nice.
Let's try pinker. Ooh, pinker's nice.
That's cute.
Pink is cute.
Oh, it does feel good.
Yeah, it feels good. Pink is
Chat
cute.
Chat doesn't get the full saturation.
The full experience, unfortunately. Although this pink and pink on pink.
Pink on pink on
Pink
pink.
on pink on pink. I mean,
It's
we'll
up to
see.
you. It could be more of a purplish.
It could. I just want to get the placement, then I'll. You know, I think one of the best advice is always like the first best guess. That's definitely a goated advice. Where it's like if you're not sure about what color to do, get the value first, and then you can always change your colors later.
Do you always tend to put darker colors in the hair next to the highlight for high contrast?
Yeah, I tend to do that.
A good amount of the time.
Yeah.
Reflective things tend to have lights next to darks.
Yeah.
But that's not true in all cases. Like light colors that are reflective won't really have really darks next to really lights a lot of the time. Darker colors that are very reflective do. like think maybe brown or black hair. But it depends how reflective. There's a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wiggle room. But I think generally speaking, I think she does that most of the time. Oh yeah.
Like my ring chat.
It's very delicate.
Yeah. But like you can see like really, really dark and then immediately very, very light.
Yep.
Shows a sparkle. So like you can even look at gemstones and be like, oh, how does that look? How do I want to make my eyes look like gemstones? So you're like, okay, if you look at an actual gemstone, okay, really, really dark, and then really contrast with really, really bright lights and some like other saturation bits. So it's like, yeah.
Let's do this. Let's try this.
Let's try it. Ooh. Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, so you'll just see that there's like different materials, but like look at Christina's skin, right? There's no dark next to light on her skin, but in the gemstone there's a lot. There's a lot of dark next to light. So different materials will have different amounts, and that's one of the best way to really indicate materials. I did a little material demo today, a little teeny tiny one.
Is it blue or purple? It's bluish purple. It's a bit of both.
Like
these could be like little
and
shrimp legs.
It's like a wrapper kind of material that's crinkly, but it's a little bit reflective and it's red. So you'll see that there's darks next to lights, and there's like a lot of jumps in saturation. And these types of folds right here, you'll get this really, really intense change between darks and lights, right? But the white, it's not super dark and it's not super light, but the red, it actually gets quite dark and quite light. So material is one of those things that different materials will have kind of like different ways that they tend to work. And if you can indicate and nail those, it'll make the piece feel a lot more believable.
Like showing the variety of the material and the color.
Yeah. Crazy, my Wi-Fi won't let me send it on the art channel.
RIP.
But the live is loading perfectly. Your Wi-Fi has its priorities straight. I'm excited to see it though. I'd like to see it. Is it working?
I don't know any of the art social media drama, so I have no comments on it.
I don't follow any social media drama, anything. I don't care about it at all. I don't follow any artists, really. I don't, or anything like that.
And I don't really want to know, because I'm just like, It's just more on my mind than what's already happening nowadays, you know? This is cute. Fox yearns for the shrimp lady.
Fox yearns for the shrimp lady.
You yearn for the shrimp lady, Fox.
Yeah, you're gonna have to keep yearning. Keep on yearning, honestly. Our community has too much beef. Every community has a lot of beef, honestly. Like, bro, there's some communities out there, they're like the most niche communities you never heard of. Like, I can't even think of an example. I don't know. They'll have like, there will be like the Twitch streaming light desk lamp community.
No.
And it'll have this huge drama, this huge beef, and it completely rocks the entire community and friendships fall apart. And it's just like, bruh. Or there will be like, I don't even know, like something so niche, right? Like a subcategory of a subcategory of a subcategory, like a Logitech webcam USB hub community, and they'll have like this big drama.
Caviar necklace? That's not a bad idea.
I just looked over and saw our kitty cam, and I was just like, yeah, like the Logitech webcam
community,
USB port community. Like not even the camera. It's like a sub niche of a sub niche.
Sub niche of a sub niche.
Sarah, look at Ray Boo Boo.
Ray Boo Boo.
Ray Boo Boo is here to say hi.
Hello. Hello.
Why the heck do you look like that? Like the hair.
He looks menacing, bro.
I think it's something weird with the green screen that's causing these little issues.
Gimme.
You Ray Boo Boo.
It's so pink and lovely. And yellow and light and pastel.
You wanted to see Ray Boo Boo? You get Ray Boo Boo.
I kind of like the idea of the caviar necklace. Maybe she should be fancy or something.
Where did you get that? Where did we not get it? Cute. Very cute. I never did turn on this light over here. Oh no, the Streamlight community is going to go through a huge drama. I forgot to turn on this light.
Maybe I'll make her like fancy, like a fancy cocktail shrimp character, and maybe she wears like a horseradish sauce dress.
Oh, you added stripes everywhere.
Yeah, I did.
That's fun.
I might as well keep it consistent up here.
I've been drawing like anime heads in my sketchbook lately and kind of experimenting. I figured out how Christina draws chibis.
Oh, you have?
Yeah,
I did ask. You did ask
me
me
like the really, really loose ones, right?
Oh,
where
okay,
like the cheekbone and then that.
Yep. I do draw. I do draw them like that, don't I?
Yeah, I do like them like that. Is it kind of like that? No, not really. The bottom's more flat. You kind of draw them like that.
Go back. They were so cute. What was so cute? Oh, the dress before. I didn't really like that dress that much. It looks kind of like, I'm not using reference right now. I'm just kind of doing whatever. I think. All right, fine. Fox, you really want the other one? I'm not that big of a fan of the other one.
What was the other one? We'll see. I'll make the decision on it for you.
I mean, I could turn this into just like a big puffy sleeve. It is, I guess it is kind of cute, but.
That?
Like this part. Like maybe I didn't want it to look like flower petals.
Shrimp petals.
Shrimp petals. Ew, what's that?
Oh, that. I kind of like what you did.
What?
The other one.
Yeah. See? I can still do long draping stuff. It'll just be slightly different. Hey, Ducky.
Yeah. What is that?
Shrimp. Oh, it could be like pasta. Like a pasta themed dress or something. Fettuccine?
Delicious. Sarah ain't playing today. Okay. Wait, Sarah, have you tried Gamer Sups? Do you have a moment to talk about Gamer Sups? I've been drinking that lately. How are the kitties?
There's none around here.
Not here. Applejack was bothering us in the beginning of stream.
Yeah. I'll just do like a simple pose like this. I like it when arms kind of have, when you design arms, I don't necessarily like just making it like straight.
Oh, there it is.
Like
That's
this.
fun. Wait.
Okay.
When are we going to get like a Ginny
commission?
and Lau collab?
That is very pretty, Ginny. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, that is nice. Is this a commission?
I mean, that's her own character.
Of yourself? Is this a commission for you? To you?
It's in ArtShare 2, 3?
Wouldn't it be cool if you could commission yourself and you could get like you send money to yourself, but it actually just like it's like a money dupe glitch, a money duplication glitch, where you commission yourself to make an artwork and then you just get like more money.
I think I'm going to just merge this.
artists would get so rich. Well, I feel like most people still wouldn't draw very much. They just feel even more guilty about not drawing. I'd feel like I would be like, dang, like now I can make money. And some artists certainly would, but other artists would be like, oh no, I would be so rich if I didn't have art block.
Oh my gosh.
I think it would be.
Oh my gosh, that'd be a
it'd
funny.
Be like 90% that, like 10% like. You artist, you're so lucky that you don't have art block because you make so much money. Should I ask Gamer Subs to sponsor me? I don't know. What would they sponsor you doing? What do you do? Do you I thought you don't play Rivals as much anymore, or do you?
Do you have like phases, Sarah? Like gaming phases?
When I was younger, I didn't have art block.
It's because you didn't know the concept of art block. I have no clue if you did or not. I'm just kidding with you. I didn't have art block when I was a kid, like just for the majority of the time, like up until my teenage years.
It wasn't until I was old enough to start overthinking.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's so true. I would say the first time I got like real art block was like when I was working on like anime art school, and I just could not draw like for a good while. Like everything that I drew just turned out horrible. And then I was like, crap, is this what like a lot of people with art block feel like?
Is this an S-class art block?
Yeah.
So this is the power.
But like, it ends. Just don't give it that much power.
So this is the power.
Haven't been playing a lot since I started working.
Oh.
Being Sarah, being an adult.
Sarah, grown up.
By the way, if you guys do want to learn how to draw and like if you don't know where to start with the fundamentals of art and stuff, you can check out our anime art school. It is on our website, drawanime.com.
We do have a large program online. It's basically an entire college that's condensed into a year.
Yep.
I'd be surprised if you get through it in a year.
Yep. Some people might take 2 or 3.
Yes, and it teaches the fundamentals,
Yeah.
like heads, faces, expressions. It teaches
Like
anatomy,
illustration.
figure drawing. There's a
Yeah.
lot. It's
Anatomy,
like
figure
when we say
drawing.
it's like an entire college, we mean it. Like it's huge. You will not get through it in a weekend. You will
No.
not get through it any time fast. It's like if you want to become a better artist and you eventually want to make your own webcomic or webtoon or not webtoon, webcomic or manga, this will teach you a lot of those fundamentals like perspective and figure drawing and all that kind of stuff.
Clothing and costume. Here's
Clothing
like
and
some
costume
background
drawing,
stuff.
character design, backgrounds, how to think about things three-dimensionally, all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
So you can go check it out on that card there.
Yep.
Switching to TikTok, YouTube is low-key lagging.
Rip.
School takes the creative out of most people. Yeah, I totally agree.
I agree. I also think that art block is also caused by a skill issue, where it's like if you just don't have like the skill yet, it's harder to like draw stuff, and then that also makes you not very motivated.
Like if you don't have a wide exposure to things, it can feel very limiting.
Yeah.
I feel like people who do a lot more who have like a lot more freedom in what they're interested in tend to get less art block because they just feel like there's so much stuff they're interested in. There's so many cool things, like
You just have to draw it.
yeah, like you never run out of stuff to draw. But like it depends. Like there's art block is just a general term that people throw around that a lot of people will kind of use as a blanket term, but usually there's like a specific underlying issue or two.
It could just be like, life creates art block, like busyness with life.
Good night, Sarah.
And stuff. Bye, Sarah.
The part where the side of the face dips in and out, how do you make that look good? You mean the brow ridge, like the whole eye socket area?
Oh, that's such a cute chibi. I think making stuff can like really look a bit odd when you have like a really like if you have like a really even curve. So like when it dips in like this and then it makes the cheek like even longer than it should be.
Yeah. I would always push down the cheekbone too far. I would tend to push it out and down too far.
You need to accelerate it a little bit more. Generally, like you can accelerate the cheekbone a little bit more, like make it shorter. Like the curve can happen faster, and it will generally look pretty good. Right? Because if you have like a slow curve, it doesn't really
draw this thing.
Yeah, draw that
a lot. You'll start to get a feel for how far the cheekbone actually comes out, and then you start to morph this. Even if it's an anime head, it's still based on these forms. It's usually just the chin is a lot shorter.
Yeah.
But it's still the same forms.
Like some heads, if it's like a chibi, for example, you'll start seeing the curve like happen like right as the sphere like kind of curves in, and then you'll get this. You know, it just depends.
Yeah.
Like this looks pretty decent, and the curve feels okay, feels pretty good. Oh, that's cute. And then like for more mature adults, you know, sometimes the curve isn't as big. So like sometimes you see a very small curve and then a longer cheekbone. Right? Look at that. This versus this. Like showing more forehead will generally make this kind of a curve. Whereas if you just want to show like a longer jaw, the curve will be shorter. Brush, you can get this brush on our website, dryanime.com. It is the green button. It is also in our profile, so you can see all of our stuff there.
Yes, you can go grab it there. You can also type !brush in the Discord server if you want. So like, here's a head, right? And if the head is in 3/4, remember that you basically get this kind of thing right here. A lot of people will actually draw this curve. They'll draw this curve, right? And they'll put like a nose on the end of it. It depends how you want to make the nose. You could make the nose like that. You could make the nose like that. Don't matter. You know, you could even probably make the nose like that.
Oh,
if
that's
you want.
fun.
Like it just so doesn't matter. But the form of the head, just remember, this is like it's like a wedge taken out, right? You kind of get this, and the eyes will be back in there. That's part of the reason that I was doing the 1,000 anime heads, which I hate. I'm good news and bad news, right? The good news is that I've literally been doing hundreds of anime heads. The bad news is none of them are actually in my 1,000 heads file, so they don't count. They're all in my sketchbook, and I'm not going to count a single one into my 1,000 heads challenge, so I'm still stuck at like 350. But I probably have like 200 in my sketchbook now that I've been doing. And I ain't transferring all of them over. I'm not doing all that.
Too much work.
Yeah. So like you draw circle or oval or whatever you want. And this tends to ride this down. And then remember, like when this goes down, this comes back out. You could even do like that.
Oh, cute.
And the eyes are going to be in the middle. Right? So you can kind of do something like that. It's kind of, there we go. Right?
What shape is that? It feels like
Chibi shape.
Yeah, chibi shape.
I have no idea.
I don't know. Like I feel like it should be some kind of shape, but I don't really know. Like a lima bean, like a very squashed bean, I guess.
Right? You still got this. It like pinches in, right? Sometimes it's very, very, very subtle, depending.
Bye, Katsua.
Right? And then, of course, the cranium also has a lot of flexibility. You can make a huge cranium like that. You can make a smaller cranium. Like, it doesn't really matter. It's totally up to you. Just think about, like, how you want the form to be.
Oh, the fox is tattletaling. Snaz called me the B word in Discord.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Snaz, you should know better.
You do have the... Wait. I don't know if Snaz is a TikTok mod. You could mute him on TikTok.
Oh yeah,
maybe.
that's true.
He might be a TikTok mod though. I don't remember.
I don't think he is. More power to you.
Snaz is one. So you know.
Snaz is. Oh no. What would be the construction of an anime eye? Yuyen asks. They're kind of like discs.
There's so many different ways you could construct them.
I think Snaz, I think you should be mad at Lau for her not telling you that she was streaming. Just making a beef triangle.
There's so many different ways you could construct it. Like the important thing is it sitting on the 3-dimensional surface of the head?
Yeah.
What's the type and think of it as a 3D object, right? That's really important with drawing an anime eye. It's like it's like a sticker, but it's stuck on a 3D form, and it has a little bit of 3-dimensionality to it.
Yeah. It's like here. Like this, for example. I mean, it's not like just the eyelash and the iris. It's like there's different components. Like here's like your inner. You got like your inner corner of the eye. You got your arch, and then you got your lash, the edge of your eye, and then you got your bottom lid. So it's not necessarily the lash, but more like the eyelid construction, and then that wraps around a sphere. Like not, I mean, you can even imagine them as like kind of mild discs. Like
there. You can both get a 1 minute timeout
when they both get punished. So like I'll think of it like kind of like a disc like this. And, you know, when I'm drawing this shape, I'm kind of thinking about, like, what kind of eye do I want? Do I want something that's more like this? Or do I want something that's more oval and or more, like, hexagonal? Like, that's more dependent on you. But, like, I will think about this form and how that eyelid wraps around it. Like, where's the bottom of the iris? Where's the bottom of the lash? How does it taper? And then you can see that it kind of fits really naturally around the form. Like, even the bottom lids right here will have a curvature because it's like a disc, you know. And then eyes will just be set inside.
Your hand is very shaky when you draw on your tablet. Should you use stabilizer? Yeah, I mean, that's what it's there for. You can do line exercises and exercises to help you be more stable. But, I mean, hey, that's what it's there for.
I use stabilizer. I don't use it like a crap like ton. I don't put it super high, but I definitely have it.
I don't discriminate. I just mute spammers. So y'all know. Next time it's probably not going to be a minute.
Non-partiality.
Yeah. It don't have nothing to do with this stream. Do that. Yeah, try it. Try different stuff.
Yeah. Like, sometimes it'll just be a bit more graphic, but I'm still thinking about it. Like, this one right here, maybe I don't see the lower lash very much, but maybe I'll, like, imply the curvature by just adding lashes down here.
I'm out, bruh.
Uh-oh. But, like, you can still see that dome, that roundness. Right? And you can, like, change how high you want the edge of the eye to be. Like, you can have an eye that's like this.
Don't you have a commission to watch? And... I don't know, Snaz, don't you have some complaining to do or of something? Don't you have some, I don't know, swearing to do? And like, I don't know. Hello, Carrie. Is that your name? I don't carry Kerrigan? I guess I never put that together.
I didn't make sure the eyes are looking the same direction. You know, that's interesting because sometimes the eyes will accidentally look like they're looking both ways. So let me think. So if you're drawing like eyes from a 3/4 angle,
kangaroo fighting, yeah. Snaz is bad. He watches the kangaroo pit fights. You know, I saw a thing, right?
What?
New layer.
Okay.
I don't remember how exactly it worked. It was like this.
What is this?
And then it was like duplicated.
Okay.
Duplicate, and it like moved over like this. I don't remember
Okay.
how it was exactly. How did they do it?
I have no clue. I don't know what video you watched.
I don't know. It was just something I saw, and then they just like erased this out.
Oh. Oh,
And it was kinda
that's
like
cute.
that.
That's actually super cute. I like that.
It kind of works.
That works. Yeah.
It
Well, that's like the
definitely gets
scary
you
eye.
in an area. Yeah, that is. It is the
It's a
scary,
scary
eye.
eye.
That's what it is. Okay, so it was the scary. Like I did see a tutorial
Yeah.
that had this. It wasn't really a tutorial. It was more just like try this. But the scary eye. You can explain the scary eye. I need to get a drink.
Okay. The scary eye is basically like a way to make the pupils feel natural. So like what you do, like what painters would do, is they would just mark out, like rather than drawing like the whole entire eye and getting all caught up in the details, what they would do is they would just say, okay, here's the end of my eye, here's the other end, and I space them out so they're like little tick marks, and then they'll like just kind of shade the form of the eye, kind of like a sphere. You know, so that you can kind of see some dimension and roundness. And then they will just plop in the pupil or the iris just like this. So it looks like really scary. Right? And once they have it in the same placement, then they like chisel it out. They'll paint over the eyelid they'll paint over the pupil because, you know, when you're drawing eyes, the full pupil isn't shown or the iris isn't shown. It's covered by the eyelid. So like that way you can get accurate, like pretty accurate placement of the irises without making it look bad. And you know, this looks scary right now. It already looks really scary, but you have to like add some extra stuff. This looks like an analog horror. So I'm gonna make this not as scary by adding some highlights and lightening up the pitch darkness of this eye, of these irises. And then we can add a bit more detail. Alright, yeah, there we go. This is not the best demonstration of it, but like that's the concept. And then that way you can get like pretty even eyes, but you could like chisel it out. So like let's say, let's do that. Let's try this. Let's draw these eyes. I'm gonna do what Colton did and just kind of use that concept. So like drawing all the pupils in their full glory. Duplicate. You know, doesn't really matter if it like gets, you know, overlapped by the eyelid. And then you cut it out. It works. It works pretty good. You know, maybe this needs to be a little bit thinner and this one needs to be a bit wider. Same concept. That's cute. Brush. Here you go. You can get this on our profile. And it's a green button. It is for free. This is a Google Drive download, so make sure you download it outside of TikTok or else it's not going to work. But yeah. Remind me, Uncanny Valley eyes. Oh yeah, for sure. It's really Uncanny Valley. Cinema roll. Is it cinema roll cup? Yippee! I also think another way to think about eyes is you may think that they're in the right placement, but it really isn't. You might need to push one eye a little bit further. So like, let's say for this eye is easier to do because like you can actually see a clear direction if it's looking at you. So like, let's say one of the eyes is going in this direction. You might be tempted to draw the other eye in the same placement, but when you do, it looks like they're kind of like not really looking at you. So you need to move this one further even more. Right now, looks like it's in a good area. So like for this one right here, like the farther eye, you would always need to like move it just a slightly bit more, slightly bit more.
It's
it's in perspective.
Yeah, and I noticed that with the pupil as well. A lot of the time, the far eye.
What pencil tablet are you using? So I'm currently using an iPad Pro 13-inch with the Apple Pencil Pro. That's what I'm using. And Colton uses it in Intuos and Photoshop.
Yeah, with one eye, I find a lot of the time what people will do is they won't put this directly in the middle. Sometimes they do, but I'll notice a lot of the time they'll do this. They'll push it in just slightly far, and they'll get dark, and they'll get light on the bottom, and then the highlight is like on top of that. You know, you can make the highlight a little bit more interesting shape. You know,
Oh,
you could do something like that.
that's
Definitely
cute.
a way. But like again, there's so many different ways you can interpret this sort of thing. The important thing is understanding that all of this stuff is dimensional, because no matter what you decide to make the eye, no matter what shape, if you literally just want to do like a Miyazaki eye, you know,
Oh yeah, simple.
if you want to do like a Miyazaki eye, if you want to do one of those,
Really dainty ones.
I don't even know, like there's
The
so
moe
many
ones.
different kinds. They're all sitting on the 3D form of the face, right? They're all sitting on the 3D form of the face. And you just want to be able to draw the form and study how to rotate it in different angles, right? Like this kind of stuff, what we were talking about earlier. Like, what does flower drawing and anime eyes have in common? You know, they're both three-dimensional. They're both three-dimensional forms. They sit on 3D surfaces. So dimensional drawing is like, it's one of those fundamentals that just keeps on giving forever.
Yep,
It's one of those things that keeps on giving.
it sure does.
You will never regret practicing and improving at form drawing.
Yeah,
You'll never regret it. It's no matter what you draw, it will help. And for a lot of things, I mean, it almost makes or breaks everything.
it does. I would say like that's like the main fundamental of drawing well is an understanding where your drawing is in space and like knowing the forms of things. Because if you don't, then like how will you be able to draw anything? You're just kind of drawing based off of like abstract, which I mean you can, but like if you know the form and also the abstract, then like you got like really good tools on your hands, you know. And Colton teaches the dimensional drawing class in our anime art school, so you can check it out. It is on our website as well.
Yeah, I do teach a dimensional drawing class. You learn 1, 2, 3 point perspective. You learn about form drawing, manipulating forms, drawing the same thing in proportion from different angles, yada, yada, yada. A lot of that kind of stuff, those essentials.
Yep. Yep. Petki. We do want to add subtitles to our videos. It's gonna take a while though because we have like a bunch of videos, but we are planning to do that.
I'm in week 1 of drawing boxes in perspective, and it frustrates me. I've been drawing for hours. Can I ask for an advice on how not get stressed to things that we should learn? Don't put too much pressure on yourself. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. You don't have to get insane. Like, you don't even have to think about it in terms of weeks. Just think about it in terms of, am I making progress? Like, do I understand more than I used to? I feel like, you know, and if you're in week 1, you're probably just going to be doing 1 point. Like, if you're simply in week 1 of drawing boxes, you should probably just be focusing on horizon line and vanishing point and pulling lines out. You know, you could even do this to keep things clean. A lot of the time with 1 point perspective, I like to just draw a rectangle. I try to keep my edges of my box away from this line, at least like for beginners, because if you have a box that ends right here, it can get a little bit, you can absolutely get a box that ends there, but it will get a little bit confusing because you're just like, it looks like that and it creates a tangent. I would say if you're in week 1 of drawing boxes, just draw the front side of the box and then go, okay, I've got the front. Now I'm just going to connect carefully. I have to flip because there's no way I'm drawing that line at that weird angle. Right? Carefully. And I would say do warm-up exercises beforehand. Now you just simply connect all 4 points, right? And then I would really focus on keeping the back of my box away from tangents. Like, we have a little bit of a tangent right here, which is acceptable, right? It doesn't matter too much. Tangents aren't, they're just something that can tend to confuse you a little bit. Things lining up, right? And then there's one box. And then, you know, just do it again. Like, here, there's a box. And then simply connect all 4 points and just do this over and over and over and over and over until you don't make mistakes with it. Like, that's the thing. Like, until you don't really get confusing or confused. Perspective can get confusing very, very quickly. Right? You can just bring this out, sketch it out, decide where the back of the box is.
Just focus on one box at a time.
Yep, these ones are all vertical. These ones are all horizontal. Boop.
Boop.
Right? And I like to go through periodically and clean up. I don't like to erase completely. I like to use kind of just like a low opacity eraser. And I keep all of my back edges lighter and all of my front and outside edges darker because I do not want to get confused. I just want to kind of keep it tidy to keep this from getting confusing. Right? So like this to me is, I don't want it that dark in the back. I don't want this that dark in the back. And I'll go through and just kind of clean this up a bit. And, you know, so this would be 1 point. And just do dozens of boxes like this. Don't focus on going extreme. Don't focus on trying to make any scenes. Just experiment. Experiment and try stuff. Like, okay, what would happen
if I overlap boxes?
Yeah, and so what I'll do is I'll check. I'll go, I don't want this box lining up with the edge of this box probably, just because I don't want to confuse myself. So maybe I'll just kind of quickly drag a line out to check. And I'll say, okay, it ends there. And maybe I don't want to confuse myself as well. So maybe it ends about there. So here's the front of my box, and I'll make like a shorter one. So there we go. We'll drag a line out. Because I find the most difficult thing about perspective for beginners is like you get confused because you accidentally like run into situations. Like we can put this one below.
Ooh.
I don't make everything super obvious. I'm just going to keep this tidy. I'm going to use draw through. Right? Pull your line out. Pull this back. You know, you can clean it up just a little bit, make it a little bit more correct. And now I'm going to erase because this box is going under that one. I'm going to keep my line work clean. Right?
I don't know where to start with hands. We have a hands video on our YT channel on how to draw hands, starting with a very simple method, so you can check that out. We also have a few hand TikToks as well.
Who was the one that was doing the 1 point?
I think it's higher up.
Is it?
Oh, up there, Pito.
Oh, yeah. So I would say, like, try not to confuse yourself too much. It's very, very, very easy to do so because it is really easy to accidentally put something in a spot that is confusing, right? We could even do this.
Pastel asks, so are all the boxes objects in the room in this space? Or space? Are they in the same space?
All the objects in the room or space? I'm not sure what that means exactly. Yeah, like all these objects are in relation to each other. I wouldn't say that there's a room. Maybe if I drew something like this, then they would all be in a room.
Hey, Dahlia.
Right? Like maybe if I did something like this and actually put them in a room, then they would probably be in a room. And we could do that, but right now they're just a bunch of floating boxes, right? So like we'll do something really difficult and we'll come down here and like you see why it's so important to keep everything nice and tidy is because when I start adding boxes back here, it's really
finicky.
Easy for things to get confusing, right? So we got this that lines up right there. We got this one that lines up right there. We got this one that lines up right
Peter says, no wonder I am struggling. I thought I just needed to copy it from references rotating in 360 degrees.
Right there.
That you're making it really hard for yourself. It's totally fine though.
Yeah, not necessarily. Like, this is one way you can start.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to start learning perspective, right? Let's fix this because this box isn't quite right. We'll bring this down there, and we'll connect that up about there. And again, the accuracy of the back of your box doesn't matter as much if you're not going to be using it for anything. Like, it doesn't matter. This isn't even something you'd be able to see. I'm like more concerned with the accuracy of like these corners right here than some background object that you wouldn't really see. So it's kind of like prioritizing and but you don't want to be super confused, right? You can re-put in your vanishing point. Right, this is in the background, this is in the background, and so I'm keeping everything relatively tidy. And by tidy, I mean, does this look like an ugly mess? Yes, absolutely. Can I understand what's happening? Also, yes. If you understand what's happening and you're not getting lost, that's where you want to be. You don't want to get lost, right? So there's a box behind it. And even though this box is literally just a rectangle, I'm still going to use draw through because I want to get that, you know, knowledge.
This is Photoshop.
Yeah, this is Photoshop, right? There we go. You know, this, and just remember that like 1-point perspective, it's very limited. You can't do a lot with it. You got a really, really narrow field of vision. It only works to about 50 degrees before it starts breaking.
I have a problem with drawing the bottom of the cube.
The bottom of the cube?
You have to find your backside in order to find the bottom.
Yeah, like you can. Like,
yeah.
Who said that? Same person?
No, it's a different person.
Okay. You can start with any side of the cube. Sometimes I'll start with the bottom. Like if I want to place a cube somewhere specific on the floor, I'll start with the bottom. Like this, you know? There's the bottom. And then I'll pull it up. Like, obviously, this cube is going to be intersecting this cube. And, again, I'm going to try to avoid tangents. So I'm going to pull this up a little bit more so I'm not writing the edge of this box. And I'll just go a little bit above it. Right? Now, this box is going to be intersecting that box. So I'll just put a line there where it cuts through it. Right? Down. Up. See, this is where a lot of people will get confused. You got this line going back to the back corner, and then you've got this line which is going straight up, and then you've got this line which is going to the back corner. So that's the side, the right side of the box, and it's all squished into that area. And I would say if you get confused at that, don't try to figure it out here. Figure it out over here by pulling it over.
Yep.
This will tell you where it intersects. And then all you have to do is go from this corner and drag a line down, and then that's that back corner of your box. Don't try to figure out the box on the squished side. Figure it out on the side that you can see more of and pull it over. So this is intersecting this, and so you can see. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little cleanup job to keep us not confused, right? So this is all back there. This is now in front. This is where our box connects to this one and intersects. This is no longer in the front. And so now those blocks are sticking into each other, and it goes about as far back as that, right? So again, we're just, and this is really important. So if we want to come up here and make a ramp.
Ooh, a ramp.
Right? Come up here and make a ramp. Technically, your ramp would go like this. It'd go like this. And it would connect up.
Oh, up to another.
And there'd be another vanishing point.
Oh.
And then it would be like, your ramp would look like that. But I'm not going to bother with tilted planes because this is just like week 1 stuff, right? So, boop. We're just going to make them parallel, basically. They're almost parallel, so we might as well just make them parallel.
If you have a floating box, how do you know where the shadow goes?
You can actually do this as well. If you have a floating box, how do you know where the shadow goes? Here, let me do this. You can actually also calculate it like this.
Oh.
So that comes out straight from the vanishing point, and then you just connect these 2 dots.
A lot of drawing boxes like this is like connecting the dots.
Yeah. there are a lot of connecting dots.
There we go.
So there's our cute little ramp on the front. You decide where it is on the ground. I mean, you may think this box right here is floating on top of this one, but if I actually say, no, it's not.
Actually, really in front of it.
It's actually right here. And I put the shadow right here. Now this is the shadow of that box. So it's actually much closer to us. That's the deciding part. Like, it's actually up to you. I do this demonstration a lot on stream, but if I have a grid, like a ground plane, right? A quick little ground plane, and I draw a sphere, and I draw a cylinder. Where are these sphere and cylinder in comparison on the to the ground? They're floating, right? So what if the sphere, what if its shadow is right here? What if the cylinder's shadow is right here? Right? It's much closer to me than the sphere. And so if I were to connect them with a line, it would be like this. But what if the cylinder's shadow is actually right here? Now they're next to each other and the sphere is higher. What if the cylinder's shadow is actually right here? Now the cylinder is behind the sphere. So it's literally up to you. You can decide. It doesn't matter. It can be anywhere you want it to be. Just remember that you're not just don't contradict yourself. So don't go here's the shadow of my cylinder, and by the way, it's also beside it. You'll end up creating optical illusions that are going to break people's brains on accident.
Yeah. Guess
Totally
who's at
up to
work
you.
again? Cyber. You're at work again?
So it's the same thing with this box. Right? And you can add a tiny little bit of value in here.
Well, shadows show your ground plane.
Yep. Because who's to say the ground's not down here? Who's to say all of these boxes aren't floating? Maybe none of these boxes are even sitting on the ground. Maybe all of our boxes are floating off of the ground a lot. So it could be here's my shadow. Who's to say they're not all floating? You're the artist, you decide. Just make sure that when you make the decision, you're consistent with it and you don't contradict yourself, or else that's when you're going to start making accidental optical illusions and confuse yourself, and shadows won't make sense and all that kind of stuff.
You'll break reality.
Yeah. So
you need to get the balance.
It's totally up to you, whatever you want to do.
We should do game night tomorrow, Cyber says.
That could be fun, right? So this.
Don't
this
do that.
Is broken.
Broken geometry.
It's broken geometry. It's an optical illusion, which some people use intentionally in order to create illusions, like Escher. Is that who did it? And there's the infinite waterfall, or the infinite staircase and stuff.
Or the impossible triangle.
Yeah, impossible triangle. They use these illusions in order to create effects. This is fine, right? This is obviously behind that. But it's so easy to change the location of it by just going, here's the shadow. Here's the shadow of it. Now it's next to it. Here's the shadow of it. Now it's in front of it, and it's just floating much higher off the ground. And then another thing that people will do is this. If I had this cylinder right here, I might accidentally create a little bit of a tangent because my brain wants to think that these two objects are next to each other, but they're not. This cylinder is quite a bit in front of this sphere, but I may accidentally arrange things in a way that's oh, this cylinder is next to the box when I isolate, I don't know, say this area, but then my shadows are telling me something different. So you just want to make sure try to be as clear as possible with this kind of stuff. You don't need to confuse people. Our OC lore is confusing enough.
Oh, that's a cute little lamp.
Yeah, it's like a lamp. So a lot of the clarity will come from that. We could probably just go boop, just so it doesn't feel like it's on the same the same perspective line. We don't have to. It's just all of these little things add up and confuse people. You can have a couple of them. You'll never avoid all of them.
Thank you, chat, for the follows. By the way,
I
if you
hope
find
that
this
helps with
helpful,
1 point perspective, by the way.
yeah, Colton has a whole entire class on our perspective class. He talks about 1 point and all that stuff, so you can check it out on our anime art school. He has like really good demos.
Yeah, and this, by the way, that would be like the technical perspective side. There's also the intuitive perspective side, which is like just getting comfortable. Like this is more intuitive perspective, where I don't find my vanishing point and my horizon line and all. I just get comfortable drawing objects at different angles. And there's exercises to get better at both. And then eventually those are going to come together, right? Like exercises to get good at both intuitive perspective, where you're like rotating objects that are floating in the air, like this sort of thing, where you're not finding a vanishing point, you're not finding a horizon line, you're just practicing drawing and feeling the 3D. Because like you're not going to find a vanishing point for an anime head, right? Like when would you find a vanishing point for an anime head? Like you'll know in relation to the horizon line where you are, but like the heck is the vanishing point for this? Like
I have no clue.
You know what I mean? Like you don't draw a lot of stuff using that. Like you may put a box around this, right? You may know the perspective in terms of this sort of thing, but this a lot of the time is very intuitive, and so you'll connect the dots between something that's intuitive and something that's technical. Like nobody would draw an anime head and find a vanishing point for this. Like the closest you would get is you'd draw a box and you'd know the vanishing point of the box.
And then you just draw the head with that.
Exactly,
head,
and you use it to draw the cranium, and here's the center line, and however you want to do it, and here's the side plane, like a Krenz cube assignment or something. But most of the time people just
draw the head in space. They
just have an idea of where they are in space. Like what is the orientation? Is it up? Is it up like this? Or is it straight like this? Or is it down?
I struggle with the vanishing point because I don't know where to start.
Like that? You start anywhere.
Yep.
A vanishing point can be anywhere. It's just the point at which something gets so far you can't see it anymore. So, you throw a baseball. I'll draw that a little bit neater, right? You have a baseball and you throw it. You could throw this baseball in any direction, and eventually it'll get so far you can't see it. So, like, I could throw the baseball there. I could throw it here. I could throw it there, 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 there. It doesn't matter. It's just when things are on the side of a box, they're parallel to each other, so they'll disappear at the same spot. So like if I'm drawing a box, if I choose a vanishing point, these are going to be parallel, so these are going to disappear at the same place. And I would really just recommend finding like a 1 point perspective lesson like this and just following along line by line and just doing it a whole bunch of times. Like it'll start to click in your brain.
You'll be like, oh, so that's how you find the back plane. Oh, that's where they all connect. I would say like the back side of a box will basically never get bigger.
Yeah, you'll never have something that gets visually bigger as it gets further away from you.
Yeah.
Like big hand, little hand. This hand back here is never going to be bigger than this one, like visually. It doesn't work like that, right? Unless it comes closer to the camera. Ooh. That's like one of the things that you can rely on in art is that things will never get bigger as they get further, like visually, unless they physically change size. Like if my hand became giant, that's why you get like images that play on this that are kind of like, right?
That cute little sword.
Like you get images that play on this, right? Like this one, person B is further than person A, so they must be much larger.
So like a mountain. When I want to make a character with perspective backgrounds, what should I draw first, character or background?
It
and how to
doesn't matter.
start?
It's totally up to you. It's you can start either way. Many people start both ways. Some people will just do a character, and other people will put a background, right? Like this could be a background.
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Now all of a sudden it's the borrowers.
Oh yeah, the borrowers from what's that?
Like that's a background. Arrietty.
Oh yeah, Arrietty. Oh, I wouldn't want to see that movie again. That's a good one.
Like all of a sudden it's a background. Like because you know what I mean. Like it depends on the scale of your shot. Like all of the backgrounds in that movie are just like boards in the inside of a house and like the garden and grass blades and stuff. So it's like a scale thing. So like you could draw the character first and then the background, or you could draw the background and then the character. Like, you know, if you want to draw a character and you go, okay, I'm looking up at this character. So maybe it's like, here's my perspective.
If you want to know how to draw like different hair textures, we have a video on that on our YT channel. It's about how to draw hair, and I cover how to draw wavy hair and stuff. So you can check that out.
And if this person has a background behind them, I don't know, would it
door,
even
maybe
necessarily be a door, maybe like a wall or something. Like the wall, like maybe here's like a railing, and their arm comes out like this, and maybe they've got something in the background. Like when this becomes parallel, like this is my horizon line. So things that are above the horizon line, maybe like a building or something, would be maybe like that. You can crop it any way you want. So we could crop this image.
Oh.
You know, maybe like this. And so then everything out here, maybe I won't erase it, but I'll like just kind of get rid of most of the intensity of it. Maybe these could be like buildings and stuff in the background. Like you can start with the background, you can start with the person. It doesn't really matter.
I actually quite like that little setup. I need to think of doing these kind of illustrations more like they're like just little still lifes. They kind of are.
It's like, it doesn't really matter what you start with. Like it's the same principles in both images. Yummy.
I think the background part can be like really confusing though, because you're like, but like, where is my character? Are they in the sky? Are they in the ground? Like how tall would the trees be? And that stuff can get quite confusing. I think like, you know, when you have a picture and you have like, oh, here's like your character, but then like everything else in the background is like all the same size, like all the trees, there's like no sense of distance or scale. Like that's when things kind of like start to break a bit, or like you're like, oh well, how would this work? This person would have to be like really far away for all these trees to be the same size from each other. But it's like if she was like in the forest.
Well, the trees would be giant if she was far away.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Maybe they're all just lined up in a row.
Yeah. But if she was like in a forest, then it's like showing the context, like, oh, here's like a larger tree, you know, and here's like overlapping trees in the background, and you can see like the actual size compared to her, like where the tops.
Sometimes I get confused who put the vanishing point horizon line after I put the Kara. I would simply ask the question: am I looking down, up or down at the character? Am I looking up, down, or straight at the character? You can ask yourself
I need that
3 questions. One, I gotta remember the questions. It's been a while since I taught this. 1, 2, 3. What was it? Oh yeah.
I'm writing this for myself too.
I'm just writing them out of order.
Okay.
Am I above or below? Like, am I above? Am I looking up or down? I should probably write. So the first question is, am I looking up or down? Up, down, or straight? Right? The second question is, how far away am I? And the third question is, what angle is the subject facing? These three questions will give you your perspective. Am I above or below the subject? How far away am I from it? Right? This question will determine your horizon line. This question will determine your camera lens. Camera lens, right? How far away your vanishing points are from each other. And this question is going to determine where your vanishing points are. Where VPs are. These three questions will answer the perspective. So say, for example, I'm above my character and I'm pretty close to them. Well, what would end up happening is you would look down at them and you would have a lot of convergence. So you could probably see something like this. And then the character might be, and maybe I'm, pretty close to them. So it's like my convergence comes together pretty quickly. I'm looking very down at this, like I'm looking at it from above. And what angle is the subject? So like this, what's the rotation of this, right? Is it this? Is it this? Right? Is it this? So this answers all of the perspective questions to get started. This is a really good way to start, in my opinion, right? So like you're looking at someone from above and you're just like, okay, I'm looking down at them. Here they are. They're down there. I can see the top of their feet. Here's the ground. Like, what angle are they facing? We could have another person who's facing a different angle. Like that, right? And there's the arm. There's the arm, right? This would be a way different shot than if I'm like below the character and I'm looking up at them. Right? Like this. Like imagine I'm below them and I'm looking up at them like this. Like that. So your horizon line is going to be high up here. I don't know exactly where it's going to be. It's going to be somewhere up here. But for this one, it's going to be low because you're below, right? Like think about it. You have a camera and you look up. Where's the horizon? It's below my frame. You got a horizon, or if you take the camera and you look down, now the horizon line is above the frame. You can literally just like take your hands and go, if I'm looking up, oh, it's down there because I'm above it. If I look down, oh, it's up there because I'm below it.
Like you can even make like a little mock-up, like of just placing all your elements in like a little scene.
You can, draw out like a little perspective grid and just be like, yeah, maybe I'm looking up at the character from below, so I'm seeing the bottom of it, and they're at an angle, so maybe, it's kind of like that. So I'm like looking up at this. I'm not looking super up at them. I'm not looking at them from like straight below. Horizon line could be, I don't know, here. My grid's not very accurate, but we can redo that. Like as long as it's kind of generally in the right-ish spot, it's fine. Whoa, my thing just lagged in a weird way.
Well, that's weird.
Right? So like look at them from below. So if I look at their vision, they're looking off maybe into the distance and they're certainly above me. They're certainly above me. I might even get like clouds behind them, right? And I'd see the bottom of these clouds. And I'd have my clouds in the background going away. And then maybe I have like mountains and hills and stuff in the background. So I'm like looking slightly up at them. I can see the sky. Here's the moon. So, you know, take a screenshot of that. Am I looking up or down? Or straight? How far away am I? Am I close to them or am I far away? That's going to determine your lens. And then what angle is the subject facing, right? The angle is like, are they facing like this? Are they facing like this? Are they facing like this? Like, what's their rotation, their orientation? Because that's going to determine where your vanishing points are, right? There's one right here. This one has the vanishing point further. I could redraw this to make it actually go to the same one. This one has it right there. Right? This one has it right here. We'll do that. This one has that one as well. So like this middle box, if I crop this, both vanishing points are out of the frame. This left box, if I crop this, we have one vanishing point in frame and one vanishing point far away. Same with this one here. It's the same except flipped. One vanishing point here, one vanishing point far away. So the rotation of your object itself is going to determine where you put your vanishing points, which is why number 3 exists. The distance of your vanishing points. So for example, if you draw a box, that's very, very wide lens, and the vanishing points are like this and this, very close together. If you draw a box, that's a much longer lens, like this. The vanishing points are much further apart.
Well, aren't you like farther away?
Yeah, you're farther away at this. So the first one is like, here's a side view, and you're like this. You're standing like, I don't know, like right here, super close to it, and you're looking at this box like that. The second one is like, here's the box, and you're standing away like a lot further, and you're looking at it like that. So you're seeing like this. The first one you're seeing like this. So that's the second question. How far away am I? That determines how close together you put your vanishing points. And then the first one is your horizon line, which is like, is my horizon line, you know, above? Am I looking down at the box from above? So like if it's 1 point perspective and I'm looking down at the box, it's, here's my horizon line and it's down here, and I can crop this and my horizon line wouldn't even be in my shot, and I'm like looking down at this, right? If it's like a house or something, it could be like that. So am I looking down at it? Or I'll just keep that for now. Am I looking up at it? So for example, now I'm looking here. We'll just switch to like a different perspective. There we go. Oh, now I'm looking up at it. I'm below the house. I'm above the house. And it doesn't matter if you use 1 point perspective. You could use 2 point perspective. Like this will make it feel more natural. Now I'm above the house.
Wow.
Right? Like your horizon line determines that. So these 3 questions like literally give you all you need to know.
That is so good. That should be an interesting video to make.
Yeah. And so when I'm drawing a character, like when you make an illustration, it's just like I'm in a treehouse and I'm looking down at someone on the ground, and I go, okay, what are my 3 questions? Okay, am I looking up or down? I'm looking down. They're going to be below the horizon line. How far away am I? I don't know, 20 feet, right? So it's not going to be I'm not looking through a telescope at them, but I'm also not literally in front of their face, like, you know, this close. I'm like 20 feet.
Hey, villain simp, it's been a long time.
And then the third one is, what angle is the subject facing? Like, am I looking front at them? Are they at an angle, right? Like, here's the person that I'm looking at on the ground. Are they facing towards me like this? Are they facing, you know, sideways like this?
Ooh.
Are they facing at like a 3/4 angle? Like this? And so I'll see part of the side of their body, like part of the front of their body. You know, here's the side of their body. And then they've got, you know, their legs, whatever. Come on.
When is your animal studies live stream going to be? I don't know when. It's not a bad idea to do an animal study stream, though.
You know, they're like, hi.
Hello.
And then, like, their vanishing point, like, their perspective would be this. Vanishing point back that way. Vanishing point back that way. We're below the horizon line. It's very much different than something like this. Or, you know, and it takes a lot of practice. Like, understanding it is not enough. You have to practice it a lot. And I would recommend doing both, like, technical and intuitive practice. So the technical practice is kind of more like this kind of thing, where you're dragging out from your horizon line, you're finding the draw through of the back of the boxes and all that. Intuitive would probably be more like this, where you're getting good at drawing objects from imagination and rotating them and spinning them around. And then you can, you know, when you get a little bit more advanced, you can come in and start, like, slicing and cutting objects and maybe going like, you know, this kind of thing, cutting them and intersecting them and modifying the forms.
Maybe blending them together.
Yeah, and form drawing is really the same. So we can go like this. Am I looking down at it from above? So like maybe here's the cross section of it, or form lines. Am I looking up at it from below? So maybe my perspective is actually like that, and my form lines go around it, and here's my center line. And I'm looking up at it from below. Am I looking straight at it? Here's the center line. This one is going up, but this one is going down, and my horizon line would be like in the middle. So this cross section is above me, this cross section is below me. Here's my horizon line. And it works with anything. Like this can be, you know, this could easily be like a head. Brow ridge, you know, cheekbone, eye socket, ear, butt chin.
Oh, that's fun. That's a fun old man.
Right, it's like I'm looking straight. I'm looking straight at this.
The bro is drawing that Stonehenge thing. Yeah, kind of is. Is there any way to watch this live stream later?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're live streaming on YouTube as well, and all of our live streams are archived automatically in the stream tab.
Cool teacher.
Yeah, he's sick.
Spiky.
Let's give him like a widow's
Wait,
peak.
give him like sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
What is the hardest thing to draw when it comes to shadows? Drawing shadows is kind of like drawing in perspective.
Yeah. Drawing shadows, the hardest thing about drawing shadows is understanding the form that creates the shadows. Lighting something is perspective plus extra.
Yeah. Colton has a lovely demo on calculating shadows in our anime art school, but it kind of looks like this. It looks a bit like math, but like you kind of have to. In a way.
I do all the teaching of calculating cast shadows. So I would say you can't figure out shadows without knowing the form of the object. Like it literally just goes back to form drawing again. Is it above me? Is it below me? Except now you're adding an extra piece, which is the light direction. So the light is going to travel in a straight line and intersect with forms, and that's going to cause shadows.
Yeah.
Core shadows, cast shadows. Like there's no cores on any of these because they're all boxes and rectangular.
But there is a core.
But there is a core on this one. There's cores all over that.
Cylindrical forms will generally have more core shadows. Will generally have core shadows. But like you can see that these shadows are not calculated just with randomness. There's actual there's a reason why they all appear that way. And then later on, he'll take you through stuff like this.
Yep.
And then also later on,
color theory and
bedrooms and stuff.
Like this is all. Like you can see my point light is right here. The light in my bedroom, or the bedroom, is right there. And it's a point light, so everything is calculated based on that light. And yeah.
Yep. Malik, if you want to, in media information, you can go watch our 3-part series on how to shade and color hair on our YT channel. It's pretty extensive, and it covers a lot of stuff like this. When I talked about rendering hair, there's multiple stages you have to kind of go through. A lot of it is the drawing phase, the form, and then understanding how light works on hair, and then how to color. So you can check that out if you want.
Right, like if I have a light, you need to know where it is above the ground if it's a point light. A point light is like a light bulb. Directional light is like the sun. So with a point light, your shadows are going to be calculated all based off of this stuff. So you're going to have a shadow right here. You're going to have a shadow come down. Come on. If I could draw a line, there we go. Right there. You're going to have a shadow line back there. Probably not going to be able to see it. Maybe a little bit. There we go. And then you just connect the dots. So the cast shadow of this cube from this light would be right there. And it'd be the same thing here. You'd come out. You'd come out like this. And then boop. Like that. Here, let me do this better. You'd come through the middle. Here, actually, we'll do this instead. Come through the middle of it. Can't draw.
And point light shadows would tend to look really odd.
Yeah, I mean, light a candle in your house and cover it with your hand. That's a shadow. Your entire room becomes a shadow. There we go. And then we have this. And then this side of your object will be in shadow. This will be your core. And then this will all be shadow.
Drawing color of the shadow is difficult for me. Actually, the color of the shadow doesn't really matter. It just makes sure that your color matches your value, matches the shadow value. Like if your color is just contradicting with the shadow tone, then that's when it looks wrong. We cover a lot of color theory and relational, how colors work and what shadows and colors to choose in our other live streams. But yeah, I mean, you'll hear us say a lot that color doesn't really matter.
It's not the most important thing.
Yeah.
Right, so the shadow of this would look something like that.
Wow.
Because it's a point light. Right, if you have a light bulb and it's casting a shadow and it's going away, this would all be in shadow. You'd probably have it'd be like that.
Is it hard to find your art style?
It can be if you
have something specific in mind.
If you have something specific in mind, yeah. And you I would say the hard thing about art style is the same difficult thing about all of art, which is its foundation. having strong foundation will make any art style viable. Art style is just how you apply the different principles.
Yeah. I said on how to render hair, we have a 3-part series on rendering hair on our YT channel. If you want to go check that out, you can.
I think the hardest part to shadows is not letting things get too complex. Analysis not enough to get good design. Yeah, I mean, calculating shadows is a completely different skill than designing good looking shapes. So yeah, like the hardest part about shadows would definitely be the design, but that's a design thing. I wouldn't necessarily I would put that in the category of design rather than shadows, because that's true for anything, is the shapes that are created. Like if that's the hardest part of shadows, then it's the hardest part of everything. Usually people would categorize them in different categories. Like you would study calculating shadows and drawing perspective and forms, and you would take a class called like lighting 1 and lighting 2 and lighting 3, and then you would take a class called like composition and design, and you would learn to like combine the two.
Someone asked how to shade sheer fabric. I have some tips on that. I don't know if they're still here, but I might as well talk about it a bit. When you're drawing like anything that's transparent or like sheer that's kind of see-through, always understand that when you are like drawing the arm or whatever, it's the sheer fabric's going to affect like the shading. So like, I mean, when you're doing like sheer fabric, you're basically just rendering cloth the same way. It's just thinner because it's delicate. So keep in mind that your wrinkles, which will determine how you shade, the fabric, will be, a lot more frequent, and you'll see a lot of like ribbons or like these little cone forms. And, we talk about this a lot, in our just videos in general, but like, this is starting to look like sheer because, we're seeing what makes something sheer is you see through it, right? But if you're doing something like light sheer, you're not going to go super dark and cover the whole arm like this. You're instead going to go a lot more delicate. So once again, this goes into like, where's your light source? Just for like a simple demonstration, it's like anything that is not going up towards the light, let's say my light is up here, is going to be in shadow. So like all these little crevices will be in shadow. But notice that when I'm drawing the shadow, I'm still leaving a bit of that skin tone in there because it's transparent. So like all this and here, now it's starting to look more like sheer. You won't really get like a lot of crazy highlights because it's also taking like inspiration from the background. So you'll sometimes see a bit of the background tones in there. But like if you're doing light sheer, probably this is enough. You can even say like maybe this light sheer is actually covering the skin tone a bit and thus making it a little bit like lower contrast. That could also work. But like that feels like sheer. If you want to do like dark sheer, that could be a little bit easier. You just cover the whole thing in like dark. But make sure that you have this dark and have it cover the skin tone, because it gets darker, right? And you basically just do the same thing. And all these folds that I'm doing, like I'm thinking about the wireframe. I'm thinking about like how it works. A lot of pipe folds if with this kind of style of sleeve, and now it looks like sheer. Look at that. Is it called How to Render Hair or a specific name?
I'll get it.
Yeah, sure.
There's not very many videos on our channel. It's pretty easy to find.
Yeah.
It's 3 parts. It's these. Secret to drawing, the perfect anime hair shading tutorial. And there's part 1, there's part 2, and there's part 3.
Yep.
It talks all about choosing colors aesthetically, rendering them, where to place the highlights and the shadows, how to draw different textures and all that.
How to color different textures as well.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know when our animal study stream is going to be. How are teachers doing? We're doing good.
We're doing good. I need to get more a refill of water.
Applejack, are you in your bed? I didn't know you were here. wanna come here? Come on. You wanna come here? Wow, he actually comes. Hold on, don't distract him. Come on. Oh, you're cute. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're like, I thought you guys would want me around.
He's like, well, if you want me to be here.
It is Baby Jack.
Baby Jack, you're so cute. Uh-oh. Might need to brush him again.
He's not. It's not too bad these days. Oh yeah, you're a handsome boy. You're handsome.
I think it's so funny. He just decides to come over. He used to be very nonchalant, and now he's all clingy, and now we're like, crap. I want to say hi to chat, Apple. Oh, he happy.
He is. He's just vibing. Apple.
Apple.
Very meow. Yes.
Hey, come here. Oh, he's being so cute. Come here. Yeah. There you go. Say hi, Applejack. Boop. Oh, you're purring like a storm.
Game night tomorrow. What do we do for game night? Maybe we just play Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. We'll just have people watch us play Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Yeah, you're handsome. Bro.
Kitty has taken over. Oh, you're so cute. If only you could move just a little bit further so people can see you. But no, you guys just get paw treatment, chat.
Oh. Wow, he drew that. Yeah, This is Applejack's
Yeah.
OC shrimp
Shrimp girl.
girl. Shrimp. He calls her shrimp with flour.
Shrimp. How to draw paws? Here, the little nub.
I'm not good at drawing.
I'm not good at drawing paws.
I do want to get back into my animal drawing stuff. Actually, I was thinking I'm gonna start getting into drawing like more ugly stuff, like cursed, ugly, like funny faces type deal. And honestly, I feel like it's about time that I get good at drawing that kind of stuff. I think it's funny.
It's a skill to draw ugly stuff. Like a cat butt.
Get that dookie butt out of my face.
Hi, Toby. Okay,
Toby's
2 out of 3
here.
kitties are here now.
Oh my gosh, it's Toby,
Okay.
baby.
Now look at the camera. There you go.
On your side. Oh my
It's probably from Poppy.
Baby Toby. Oh.
Cat reveal.
Oh my gosh. How are you doing?
How's your scar doing? Oh, I guess
How
it's
are
doing
you
better.
doing?
You want a kiss? Kiss Toby?
Aw.
Hi, Tobin. Massage the head. You're a sandwich. You're an idiot sandwich.
No. Don't say it isn't so.
Okay, y'all can look at something pretty. Apple? I think Apple knows his name. Apple.
Holy moly, so it hailed today.
Yeah, it did.
And
Look at it.
it was just banging against the windows so hard,
was
and the
like-
cats, and I was doing a mentorship with Clear Sky, right? And the cats were like, Toby comes in my room, he's like, what do I do? Oh my gosh, what do I do? And he runs away, and then Applejack's running around, and Toby's running around, and he's like, Toby's sliding all over the place, like, what is this? What's
They
going
never-
on? We're under attack. It was wild.
They never heard,
Hail?
yeah, hail.
Yeah, like
Hail. Like
what, the hail.
it was really strong. It was like a really loud version of big rain being pelted.
Yeah, not sorry. Hello.
Hey,
Okay, now there's hair all over the air.
Toby, come here.
Look at him, he's so cute.
Yeah, I love his little snout.
He's
His
a
snout is
baby
cute.
that's the size of a large adult. He's like, you look at his face and you're like, oh, that's a baby. And then he comes closer and you're like, big baby.
big adult baby. And AZ, yeah.
Yeah, is that the craziest thing you ever
I-
heard?
I've seen Hale in like what your parents' place, but never seen Hale here. That was cold too. I was
How long
working on
have
my
you guys
garden.
been drawing for? Long time. Good long while.
Good long while.
I started working professionally in 2016, but I took a couple of breaks. Like a couple of those years I wasn't doing a lot of artwork. So and then Christina, we've both been drawing since we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Bum, bum, bum. You were 10? Yeah, I got my first first pro gig when I was in 2016. I was designing some escape rooms. I did one called League of Spies. That one's actually, you can actually see that one online. The art for it, they never built it because they saw how much it would cost to build and they left. They only got concept art made. And then there was another one that I worked on. Now that I think about it, it was that sci-fi one. Remember, with like the big wall? What are they called? Like scrims or whatever? Like the big sheets that hang on the walls. It was like a sci-fi one. I remember that. I was horrible back then, but and then I worked on a couple mobile games. One of them I think was called like Musketeer Kings. Is that what it was?
Of course, I start coughing right when we do stream.
Yep.
Sucks.
You didn't cough all day.
I didn't cough all day. All of a sudden, when it's stream time.
There's nothing online about it. It's probably ended up being like a flop mobile game. But yeah, that was one of my first jobs. I was designing like these airships with like balloons.
You love your airships.
I do love airships. So one of my first jobs being an airship job was actually pretty cool. Too bad I was so stressed about working for the first time.
Oh, I would be too.
What else? I worked on Dino Land. Remember that?
Yes, I do remember
that. That was like a Chinese theme park, dinosaur themed, and I did a bunch of design for that. I designed some like robot things and walkways, and then I did that one project where I did like the lazy river with the inner tube.
I do remember the lazy river.
What are you doing? I designed some like rock walls with like animals on them and stuff. I remember that. I worked on some RTS game, like mobile game, where I had to design like tiled units that you could place. I did so bad on that one that like I designed it, but like I designed stuff that like it couldn't move, like it didn't make sense. So my mentor had to go in and like fix my work.
Oh. Well,
he didn't do a lot. He just made it like the mechanism make more sense. I literally remember what the design looked like.
I'm curious now.
It was like a tileable unit that was like 2x2, and it was a bank, and it kind of looked like this. It came out like that, and it had like a vault door on the front like this. And it had like, you know, the vault stuff like this. And then there was like this conveyor belt, and this had like a hinge right here or something, so it would like open up like this. I still can't draw stupid arrows. There we go.
It's a ribbon.
Yeah. Like this would open up. And then there was this like conveyor belt in front of it that had like these gold bar like things on it. Like imagine these are like gold bars. It kind of looked something like this. This is like a very primitive version of it, but it was like a tileable piece that you could place as a unit. It was like a bank or something to like store money in the mobile game. I don't really remember exactly what it looked like. Something like that.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was like rendered and colored and everything and all that. Like it was kind of that shape. I did a couple for that project. Now that I think about it, I did like a bunch of different like units, like barracks, and oh, I remember there was one with like tents. You know those like there's like old military tents that are like this, and they kind of look like this. And they were like guard towers and stuff. I don't remember exactly. Christina, yeah, she having a little coughing fit. She hasn't coughed the entire day. Maybe it's because you're talking so much on stream. That's great. I'm glad that video is helping. My first AAA job that I got hired on was Outriders. Back then, the code name for the project was Project Madness. And I had concept art get released from that game. I have concept art, really old stuff. I'm talking like 2017, maybe. Or 18. I don't remember exactly when that project was. I never had any of my Anthem stuff released. I did a good amount of work on that game. I don't know where it all is.
Maybe my throat gets irritated or something.
Yeah. Some of my, or I don't think any of my Guild Wars stuff got released. They build the weapons for Guild Wars, but the concept art itself, concept art rarely gets released. Like very rarely. I don't know where all that, I don't know where the madness stuff is.
It's kind of like the test recipes.
Here it is.
Oh, I remember those.
Yeah. So like I had a big part in the design of some of this stuff from Outriders. Like I designed this building. They really liked that building.
That's cool.
I had a lot to I was on the project or the team that was developing kind of this shape language and architecture. It was kind of based on like Brzezinski.
Oh, I love like that texture. It's really cool. Wow, these are really cool.
These weren't mine. I did design a couple. Like I designed this one. I designed some of these buildings here. This is an artwork that's not mine, but they use your designs. Like some of these are mine. This is my piece right here. This one got uploaded. This is mine. This one got uploaded
like
here. Yeah,
fun.
really old sci-fi stuff. This was my very first. I didn't do these. These are not mine. This one's mine.
Ooh. I didn't know that one was yours.
Yeah, this one's mine. This honestly looks like Elliot's work. You know, Elliot, who joined stream not too long ago and said hi. This really looks like his work to me. I think it's. I bet you anything it is. Some of these are mine.
Yours.
This drawing right here is mine. I honestly don't remember if these. I think this one's mine right here. I'm not sure if this one is. I don't remember. But yeah, these top two are mine. Like this is the line work version, and this is like the, you know, rendered version, painted, photo bashed, whatever. Like it looks like there's quite a lot of painting in here mixed with some photo textures and stuff.
There's a lot of that 3D.
No, this one's not 3D at all. This one's not 3D. I don't really know if I used any 3D on this project, actually. Not even this one. No, I don't think I used any 3D. Actually, no, this one right here. This one had 3D in it. Part of this one was definitely 3D. But yeah, it's like old 2000. I don't even know, 17 or 18.
It's an aesthetic, honestly.
Yeah, there you can see. Here's Volta's page. And there's me right there at the bottom.
You're in the credits.
Yeah. Outriders, from People Can Fly. It's like some Polish studio. Apparently the game didn't do too bad. I designed this building here, this bubble one.
And they liked it so much that they were like, oh.
They really liked it. This isn't my artwork, but I designed it in...
somewhere.
This piece right here. And they liked it, so they wanted like a call out that detailed out the building and everything. They like that kind of like, I don't even know, bubble-shaped dome building where they like build like some sort of a command center inside of this thing. It was interesting. But yeah, walk down memory lane. That was a long time ago.
I remember that.
You gotta go to sleep now? Have a good one. I haven't done concept art in a long time. How can I comfortably switch to digital art after coming from traditional? I don't know if it's gonna be comfortable, but you can definitely do it. It's always gonna feel awkward in the beginning.
Yeah, it's always gonna feel awkward. Like you're not gonna you're not gonna be used to the slippery texture.
But that's fine.
But yeah, that is fine.
Know what to expect. There's going to be a learning curve. It's going to feel a bit strange at first, and then you're going to get really, really comfortable with it, and you're going to love it eventually.
Yeah.
No, that there was only one that was 3D in there. And then I worked on that Ender Lilies game. That one was really fun. I really enjoyed that. Hey, what do you think you're doing? You can't just come here and try to climb our green screen.
Hey, come here. Silly little butthole, get over here. Toby. I know those eyes. I was trying to show them the
Evil
scary eye, and
eye.
it actually looks scary.
Hi, Apple.
It still looks scary.
Handsome Bo Bansom.
Handsome Bo Bansom. Look at you.
Look at you.
You're in a perfect spot.
Look at you.
Wow. You're living it, aren't you? You're not so handsome anymore when he does that. Nah, you're still handsome, Apple. Apple. Oh my gosh, you're flipping his ears. Wait, pat his head like this. I want to see it bounce. Oh, that's so cute. My grandpa, when we had our cat, he would always just do this. This is how you pet my cat. He'd just do that because he didn't know how to pet. He just did this.
He's silly.
Yeah, we do have a cat cam. Why, when I do the 3-box method, my legs look too long? Am I not cutting my line in half properly? That's probably the case. It could also just be like you notice it and then you're like, okay, maybe I just need to cut it down a bit.
You have a cat cam? Chat yearns for the cat cam.
They do. Everybody loves cat cam.
It definitely helps make things more interesting.
My dad pets my dog like that. They're so awkward. Yeah.
The dog, like, this is...
That's not how you
I don't dislike it, but I don't like it.
You know, it's funny because when my grandpa did that, it made me like seeing their heads bounce. So I'm like, oh, that's
boing,
cute.
boing, boing, boing.
Yeah. So like bottom of the crotch, you know, your feet. 3-box method. Or three section method, I should say. Because it's used to divide into 3 sections.
It's evolved from boxes into sections.
Yeah, at this point.
It's supposed to be boxes.
It's supposed to be boxes. But like technically a box, if it's like a perfect box, it's too wide for a body. But like you can technically still fit a body in there. Like if I this is wrong. 1 second. Like if I try to fit a rib cage in here, the body's just gonna look really wide.
Yeah. I watched a gesture video today and saw that there are times you make lines that blew my mind. Like, IDK, how you came to that solution. Can you talk a bit about gesture again? Gesture is like it's like the story of a pose. It's like, what is the overall statement that you want, right? It can be an S curve, it can be a C curve. It doesn't really matter that much. Gesture is design.
Yeah.
It goes into like the overall statement. When you make art, whether it's an illustration, whether it's a character design, whether it's a pose, try to, like, a lot of people will try to design something like this, figure out the simplest representation of what they're designing, which could be like a line. In environment and landscape art, it will be where's my little sheet? Well, there it is.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be an armature. So like when people do environments and landscapes, like this is Edgar Payne's composition of outdoor painting. This is just a collection of some of his armatures. You'll see like when it comes to landscapes, they'll like this will be an armature. It'll be like a diagonal, or it'll be like an L, or it'll be like radiating lines, or a cross, or a triangle, and you'll see that like these paintings in its simplest form refer to this armature.
Abstract.
It's an abstraction. It's like a simple abstraction. And so gesture is essentially like, here's an O, right? And it's like, oh, it's a lake, or it's a circle of clouds. It's a very simple abstraction of what in essence is going on. Here's like an S curve. It could be a river. It could be a path. It could be the shape of a tree. Gesture is that, but humans.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is the simplest statement that the figure is making? Because you want to make something as understandable and digestible as possible, or else it gets confusing very quickly.
Like
You can have a
look
lot
like
of
this.
detail, but it's like if all of the detail and everything is referring to that very simple gesture, it's a way to organize information.
Yeah.
And the simpler and more effectively you can organize the information, the more understandable and readable they say. You know, readable, like you can.
Easier to see.
Yeah, it's easy to see.
Like this is Subaru's pose.
Yeah, it kind of does look like his pose.
Well, like what I'll do is I'll figure out like what's the main what's the main flow do I see?
Yeah, this is the name.
Yeah.
Edgar Payne, Composition of Outdoor Painting. If you get this book, it's very word heavy. There's not a lot of pictures in it. That's why I took all the pictures and actually
Place them in there.
copied and pasted them. You can see there's like the page names, like 119. That one's cut off. 120. There's not actually a lot of pictures in the book. It's like a lot of text, but those are the you can find those online for free.
Let me think. I'm trying to find a good pose.
Everything has
fine.
structure to it.
Actually, is this fine?
I wouldn't. TikTok's
Okay.
so finicky.
TikTok is very finicky.
I wouldn't even bother.
All right. Well, like I'll look for things
You
that
can
are.
use it as a reference
okay.
if you want.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, I like this one right here. It's very elegant and it's modest. So like I'll look for what's the easiest form can I see? What's the easiest flow? I can see this. This curve. I'm not gonna get like all caught up with like the little itty bitty parts. I'm just like one simple curve. So like this pose to me, I'll start like if it's like a really quick gesture, I'll kind of just like go like this. Whoop. Just get that initial thing here. And I know that if I know my proportions, I'm like, okay, this will be my upper body, this will be my lower body. So this is where my crotch is going to be, you know, and then I'll kind of like start splitting the body from here. So everything's like really flat at first. So like here's my head. Approximately this is where my head is in comparison to this section. And then here's my torso. And my torso, as I mentioned in the video, like I kind of show you how to do it, where it's like I kind of simplify it to like this curved rectangle, but that's split into two parts. So that's like still talking about like the three box method for proportion, which we cover in one of our videos. If you hate drawing figures, then do this. That's the title of the video. And then I'm like, okay, here's my simplest essence of my pose. I'll worry about like all this stuff later. I just want to get this across. And then I'm like, okay, how do the arms go? Well, like I can kind of see that there's this like triangular shape, but I want to make it more interesting. So I'm going to use loops, or I'm going to use curves instead, because that feels more alive. And then, you know, the heights of each elbow is a little bit different. So like just something as simple as this first, and then I would go in and just say, okay, now I have this structure, I want to show the form. And sometimes it can be as simple as any curve like that.
Don't get what happens to a lot of beginners, and you'll see it in the chat all the time as well, is people will get very bogged down with whether or not something looks good at a really early stage. Art is very process driven, right? Think about it like building a house. If you look at a house in an early stage of construction, you never go, well, that doesn't look like a house.
Yeah.
Or it's like, well, I can't hang a picture on that. Or like, oh, well, there's no windows. Like, art is super process driven. A lot of things are very process driven, but especially with something as difficult as creating an artwork, don't get bogged down with whether or not you like the look of something early on. Take note of it and adjust it as you move forward. And that's important to do, right?
Like, I noticed I did this arm wrong. It's not the same perspective. It's not the same pose.
Like
So
the
I'm
elbow
okay.
was like really high up, for
really
example.
way too high. Yeah,
But it's
well, that's easy to change.
Notice it and adjust it.
Yeah.
Notice it and adjust it, and follow a process. And like a lot of the time, a process is not intuitive. You have to learn them. These are things that have been developed for a really, really long time. Like over a very long period of time, they've been developed and refined. And it's not like art is something that you can be taught very reliably.
Yeah.
So don't get too wrapped up in like, oh no, does this look good after I'm 2 minutes into a drawing? It's a battle that's not even worth fighting to try and keep things gorgeous every single stage. It's more of a party trick.
Yeah.
Like
It's
people will try to make their drawing look good at all times, and they'll lose out on important structural elements, and then they'll spend a whole bunch of time working on something that's like not important to the final piece because they want the progress shots to look pretty. Just be careful of getting into that sort of thing.
Yeah. Well, like, I think when people want to, like, make everything aesthetic, it's like they just make aesthetic decisions.
Toby's gonna get your water.
Hey. No drinking my water.
You should put it in front of you so you can see it if you get
Yeah.
it.
Ugh. He's so big.
He is huge.
I know you want your water,
You
but
have water in the other room.
you
You
have-
probably just came from drinking.
you have fountain water.
Fountain of youth.
Mm-hmm.
Fountain of gigantism.
Always making you look like a baby.
Oh, he's huge. Look at that chubby
Chubby little face.
little face.
How long have we been live for?
2.5 hours almost.
Oh, wow. I just don't want to be practicing wrong. That, and sometimes if you practice wrong, that's okay. Just move.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Just move in a direction.
Just, fail forward. Like,
Yeah.
take note and learn and, like, look at how people do things and try stuff. Like, I think the only wrong practice is just getting stuck doing something. Like, you're never going to be able to avoid making mistakes, and that means like you'll make whatever, the head way too small or big, or the proportions wrong, or you'll go, man, the way I've been practicing was so weird, why was I doing that?
Yeah.
It's unavoidable. You don't even want to try to avoid it because it
just makes
will
you
also keep you from finding things that really do work great,
Yeah.
that you really do enjoy.
But like a lot of learning art is kind of fumbling in the dark, and then so you like learn from other people. But like it's really kind of I really heavily go against the idea of like, oh, am I practicing wrong? Like, yeah, I mean, like there's more effective ways to practice. There's like, obviously if you're only going based on like outline and you're like not thinking about form at all,
Yeah.
like, that's when I wouldn't do that, because you're not trying to look deeper. It's very shallow.
Don't let fear keep you, like, there's different kinds of quote wrong, and they're not avoidable. You don't even want to try to avoid them. Just continue on and practice and learn stuff. Like, you're gonna be absolutely mind blown by something that in the future you're gonna be like, oh, that was not a big deal at all.
Yeah.
Like when I was getting started, I thought like certain things absolutely blew my mind, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy, this changes everything. And then like a couple years later, I'm just like, okay, never mind, that wasn't actually important at all.
Yeah. I mean, like, you just start somewhere, and then you like adjust as you go on. Like, I remember when I used to draw like people, I would do something very complicated, because that's what I was taught, right? I would just do everything very carefully, which is not bad.
Yeah, it's fine.
not bad.
Like,
It's
you
totally
can 100% work that way as well.
Yeah.
Preferences will change
Preferences will change.
for sure.
I mean, I still do this. It's just I'll kind of shortcut it sometimes because I'm like, I'm just worried about certain things. Like, oh, I just want simple proportions.
And then a lot of the time you'll take a class and you'll go, yeah, I used to do this. And they'll be like, go back to doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Go back to doing that. Yeah.
Like it's a lot of the time it's good. Like, and you'll learn something and it'll be a huge deal. And then you'll forget to keep doing it or to practice it. Mm-hmm. And then you'll remember and you'll be like, I gotta go back to doing that.
Yeah. How can I improve my face proportions and head angles? I'm a beginner, so I suck. Embrace the suck first of all, but faces and proportions is really difficult for like a beginner because like you don't even know what halves are. And like as a beginner, like you don't. Like I was like, I don't know what a half is. Like I mean, like is it like this? Oh, never mind, that's too high. You know, and like you're like constantly trying to adjust. You're constantly trying to like multitask, and so like it's difficult. So if you want to improve on it, first, like, what you can try to do if you just want to focus on proportions, just focus on dividing in halves and thirds and fourths. Like, just kind of get used to that. Not saying that's the only thing you should do, but just kind of like, you know, keep it in the background, where it's like, oh, halfway, eyes. This is how I used to kind of figure out proportions. Is I would, anytime I would draw a face, let's say in the front view, because that was easiest, I would draw my center line, and then I would take that and I would draw one side. Do I like this on the one side? Because I'm like, well, that's easier for me to see rather than like trying to do it all at once. So I'm like, okay, if I like this form or this shape here or the design, I'm like, okay, I'm just going to mirror it on the other side. And that's first solution is done. So I just like move it over. Here's my cheek. Here's where it goes. This tapers in. This tapers in.
And this is 1/2 and this is 1/2.
Yeah.
And you can even measure it. Just take your, measure it. I'd try it. Like you'll get better if you go like use a process that you can measure to be able to tell if it's not actually half. Like many people will take their thumb and they'll put it on their pencil and they'll put their arm out all the way and they'll measure and they'll just go, oh, it's not half. If you notice your tendencies, then you can battle against them.
Yeah. But if you're just like going blind,
if you go in blind and you don't know what you tend to do, how can you adjust if you don't know what needs adjusting?
Yeah.
So like be analytical about that. And of course, if you're a beginner, I would always recommend form drawing. You can just practice drawing. Actually, let's use a color. Let's get crazy.
Yeah.
You can just practice form drawing, right? Just wrap around, feel that volume, feel this volume. Everything you draw is going to be in 3D, right? And go like, well, what if it was like, I don't know, this, right? Try to think in terms of 3D. This is a 3-dimensional object. It can be anything. Like I would literally just draw blobs, simple blobs even, like this, or peppers.
Oh, cute.
And just draw form lines around them. Get used to drawing in 3D. Think about your center line. A lot of the time, your center line is going to be pushed further towards the far side than you think it's going to be. Meaning like, you've got, that's ugly. You got like an orange area and you've got like a green area. The orange area tends to be a lot smaller than you initially think it's going to be. Like that's something that you can make note of. The orange area tends to be smaller than you think it's going to be. Just like the far side of a box, or I should say, if you split this in half, the middle is generally going to be further to the far side than you think it's going to be. Right? We'll see if it's close.
Ooh, nailed it.
See, most people would put the center line like here.
Because it feels like
the center.
You know,
just
honestly,
kind of
I would.
always. And then since so many objects bulge out, it further pushes it. So this gap right here will get extremely small, especially when it comes to drawing bodies and faces, as a lot of organic objects bulge. And so this line, instead of putting it here, put it further. Just make it a habit to put it further than you think it should go. So it's like this line right here, you can just be like, it's usually further. You're better off going further than not far enough. And so when it comes to drawing faces, just get good at being like, not even get good at it, like you just experiment. Draw a circle, come down, and experiment. What if I put the chin here? What if I put it here? What if I put it here? What if I put it here? And try all of them. Like, make your own...
Make your own, like, little techniques.
Yeah, make your own techniques. Try things on your own. Like, you don't have to use a tutorial for everything. Just experiment and explore and go, you know, okay.
If my chin was down here.
What if my chin was down here? Like, what would it look like if my chin was, I don't know, right here? What would it look like? You can just do a lot of like experimentation yourself.
And then you're like, okay, well, if I chose my head shape, then like how big are the eyes? How would it be? You know, and you can say like, what if I made them this small? What if I made them this big? And then, you know, depending on like what kind of vibe you like, you can choose a specific like size for a specific head shape.
In your opinion, what's the most important thing to keep in mind when self-studying? Freedom to explore and try stuff. And every single person will act like they know what they're talking about. Most people don't. I like learn from people who have really walked the walk. Look at their portfolios. Look at the quality of their work. Like you know how many people come by and are like, do this or do that, or oh, make sure you do this, and you like literally can't find any work from them. You're like, they're probably like, most of them are absolute beginners who don't draw at all. They just like sit and watch tutorials all day. Be the type of person who actually draws and tries stuff and has like freedom with being willing to explore.
Yeah.
And trust your own ability to like try things and figure them out and don't fall into fear. And just like have fun.
Yeah.
That would be my biggest thing. Because like there are so many correct ways to solve a problem. People will hear a tutorial of a possible correct way and they will treat it like it is the correct way. And because they don't actually have any experience themselves, they will go, oh, you should do this. And it's like you hear any like really high level artist talk and they're just like, yeah, that's one way you could do it. There's also this way and that way and this way and that way and this way and that way. But like beginners will watch tutorials and YouTube videos and classes and they'll regurgitate advice that they've heard. And then they'll say it with authority because they're like, well, XYZ said it and they're really good. So just trust your own ability to like test and try and experiment and explore. And there's no wrong experimenting. Like get a sketchbook that you just make the ugliest, weirdest doodles in and try all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah.
Like give yourself true freedom to explore and fail and
not be ashamed.
Yeah, not be ashamed. Like that would be my biggest advice. That's what I wish I would have done a lot more of when I was starting.
Not being so rigid.
Yeah.
Well, like I think there are, like, depending on what you want to draw, like if you want to draw like realistic portraits, there are certain parameters, like there are certain principles that you need to follow in order to make it look like the thing.
Yeah, that you want. I'm not saying like every single way works perfectly, but there are a lot of ways to do something.
Yeah.
A lot more than like, you know, and people also being very like, what's the word? Adamant that something is the right way is a good way to get clicks, but it's not really the reality in a lot of the times. Like there's a lot of good ways, right? It's like, do this. It's kind of misleading in a way. And a lot of the people who make the content, like you'll watch the video and they'll be like, oh yeah, this is one, like it'll be like, do this if you want to do this. And you'll go into the video and they'll be like, oh yeah, this is one way that works pretty well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like one way.
It's like they're more casual in the video.
So trial and error. Being willing to allow yourself to have trial and error without punishing yourself is really, really helpful. Like, you'll improve a lot. I think some of the best artists that I know, they are so willing to try and experiment, and they just draw so stinking much, and they get really, really, really good, and their work is so creative and interesting. I think Rael Lira is a really good example of that. He's so good. He was an art director on a project that I was on when I was working with Volta. I'm not logged in.
Oh. Bye, Lau. Stream is still going at this hour. Is crazy. Yeah, I know. It's just because we started late.
We started at like 8.
Yeah.
This is the guy I'm talking about. This is some of his work. This is some of his work on Anthem.
Oh my goodness, so good.
Some of his character work. And like, this guy is one of the best character artists I've ever worked with. He was an art director on
Wow.
on the project, and his ability to explore and try stuff and like is so nice. Like, look at that.
Oh my gosh,
shoe.
that's such a good shape.
Most people would be like, foot's too long.
Yeah.
But like, he can pull it off, and he has this willingness to explore and experiment and try things. He's so good. There was one other guy I worked with who was at insane god level, but he doesn't have like any work online.
Wow.
His name's Alexi.
Oh, look at that bag. So cool.
Yeah, like, he would just straight up draw these out. Like, oh my gosh, dude.
That's a good shoe.
This guy has so much freedom with what he draws. Like, he just doodles in his sketchbooks, and he just tries everything. He just is totally willing to fail and try things that don't work, and just has no care whatsoever of like what other people think and exploration. And he draws so stinking much, and he also learns foundation, right? He's also like studying his figure drawing and anatomy and design and visual library and building that. Like, just phenomenal work.
Bro could literally make a world on his own.
Yeah, just incredible versatility. Is this his work too? Let me look.
Well, it looks like it's on the same post, isn't it?
I don't know. Well, it's not all the same people's work. No,
Oh, I see.
I honestly don't know if this is his work. It might be. That kind of looks like his stuff.
That's fun.
His versatility is so good.
So basically, I
He's
should
just a good
diversify or be open to any new method on how to do XYZ.
Be willing to try stuff without judgment. Like, try stuff, experiment, but trust yourself, right? Bro, he's so good.
Oh my gosh.
I love his stuff.
So amazing.
There was another guy that worked on Anthem. Some of his stuff did get posted. Alexi, where the heck was that? All that Anthem stuff. Some of my brother's work is in here. My brother did some of these. I don't remember which ones are his and which one. This one's definitely his. This is my brother's work.
That's fun. Wow.
Kevin's a legit designer.
He's a legit designer.
These are old too. He did these years ago.
Wow.
He's a good designer. He did a lot of these. Outriders, Anthem. Here's Anthem stuff. Some of these. These are that other guy that I was talking about, who's so good. His shape language is insane. Just form language, his ability to like. Here, I'll like zoom in on some of these for you.
Oh wow.
This stuff, he straight up paints this stuff. He's
this
so good. What?
Who's this?
Alexi. I don't remember his last
gosh.
name. He's Ukrainian. Dude, like, even just like look at how just good these zigzag folds right here feel. And all these connections and the diversity of just like the shape language and super, super, super nice stuff. This guy banged out so much good work. He made 3. He did this thing on the project where he made 3 different weapons. He was supposed to do 3 designs, and they would pick one, and they literally couldn't pick. They were like, these are so good, we want all of them. And so they did. They picked all of them. I think this looks like his work as well.
Oh wow.
Maybe.
That's fun.
Nah, he usually didn't do stuff this rough. I don't think this is his stuff. He was so good. Like, there are artists out there who have no portfolio online, no presence whatsoever, and they're like the most amazing, best artists you've ever seen in your life. It's crazy.
I think it's like the style. This is where I feel like style becomes more of like, what's your integrity as an artist? Like, you can tell someone's work based on like how well they can do something. Like, when you see like Riley or Lyra's work, you're like, oh, that doesn't look like his work. His work looks more like this. There's like a refinement to it. It's not just about like the aesthetic appeal. It's like how much knowledge and how much confidence you have in an artwork.
It's like a mindset as well. Just have like freedom in your thinking and be willing to try stuff. There's like the freedom and flexibility of being open-minded. It's like an open-mindedness. And then there's the rigorous training of foundation, like doing your perspective drills, doing figure drawing drills, you know, learning your rendering and fundamentals. It's like there's this balance. There's this rigorous training. It's not like you're getting locked in. You're practicing, right? Think about like a musician who's just playing like the violin all the time and practicing and practicing and practicing. Like that would be like grinding foundation, right? And or you practice your scales, or you're learning, you know, the circle of fifths, and you're learning music theory, and you're practicing it all the time. It's not like you're getting locked in. It's actually giving you more freedom and flexibility because you're like more well exposed.
For a second, I thought you locked in meaning like you gotta lock in.
Yeah, like or you're not getting like bound. You're not getting trapped in a cage. A lot of people will go, oh, I don't want to learn this fundamental because I don't want it to limit me, restrict me. It's like saying learning, getting a better vocabulary is going to make you a worse writer, or like being more well exposed to like grammar and storytelling is going to somehow make your stories worse. It doesn't. It gives you more flexibility. It's like saying exercising is going to make you less healthy or mobile.
Well, like then I feel like at that point it's more of a mindset issue.
It is. How'd your parents end up with two artists? My brother was doing roofing for a living, and he went to my graduation show in Singapore. We had a big graduation show, and we had all our work printed out, and my brother flew out there with them, and he was just like, dang, I should do something like other than roofing before I fall off a roof and break both my legs. So he's like, well, I might as well do art. Like, he literally was never even really artsy. Like, he drew and doodled a little bit in high school. Anybody can be taught. Like, I firmly believe that. Like, you put in the practice and time, and you don't have to be artsy. You can be trained. And my brother was, and he worked professionally for years. You know, you put in the time and practice and reps, and you get to the professional level. Preferably you're artsy and you enjoy it a lot.
By the way, chat, if you do struggle with accountability and stuff, we do have a live class coming up in February on anatomy and figure drawing. So if you want to check that out, you can check it out on our website.
Live
Same website.
class coming up in February. If you want to learn anatomy and figure drawing, if you want to learn the muscles, if you want to learn gesture drawing, all that kind of stuff, we are teaching our third term of live classes. We've got a figure drawing class coming up.
Yes.
Starting February 21st. It's a Saturday. You'll get critiques. You'll have access to the class recordings.
It is not
You'll be able to turn in your homework.
Yeah.
It's this link. It's going to be the teal button.
Yeah, it's a teal button, not the yellow button. But we basically meet up once a week. This class will be on Saturdays. And we basically do a lecture, and then we critique your work, or you critique your homework after, at
What
the
does
end
live
of each
class
week.
means? It means we're like this.
Yeah.
Except it's a Zoom call, and it's only the students in the class, and you can ask any question you want, and we review and critique and draw over your homework and teach straight up lessons, figure drawing and anatomy. And it's like a college class.
It's very engaging. In fact, I feel like we go on a lot more interesting conversations like in those classes.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yep. From a sleepy SCAD. What school is that? Something.
SCAD?
SCAD?
SCAD? I heard of SCAD.
I heard it before, but I don't know what that is. Just having finished some thumbnails. Awesome. Welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Happy you're here. The good artists never grace the public with their art. A lot of them don't. Like, they just do art because they enjoy art. Like, honestly, I think social media is like one of the most terrible inventions ever for creative industries, because everybody compares each other and is looking at what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
It's dangerous for sure, especially for beginners
And it stifles
and
creativity.
professionals alike. Yeah,
It
like
stifles creativity because they're like, well, what are other artists doing?
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna do that, you know.
people are taking less inspiration from their lives and the world, and more inspiration from
What's already been done.
what's been done to death. And you know, it really, I don't know, it's interesting. Savannah College of Art and Design.
Okay, that's definitely very familiar.
How do I learn 3D shapes? Can't seem to be able to figure it out. It's hard. So if you're struggling with it and having difficulty figuring it out, it is difficult. It's not easy. Like thinking in a 3-dimensional way is not an easy thing. I would recommend doing both technical and intuitive exercises for learning perspective. So for example, you know, this was a little thing I did earlier on stream. Just do a lot of 1, 2, and 3-point perspective boxes using draw through. So it means you're drawing the front and back sides. Go into your vanishing point. 1, 2, 3-point perspective. Keep things tidy. Make sure your sides are all getting connected. There's a lot of tutorials and stuff. We actually have some on our YouTube channel as well. And then intuitive practice as well, where you're basically just practicing drawing boxes and objects at different angles to get better, you know, to get better at that. So you're like, okay, like there's a lot of good exercises out there like this where you can just, you know, practice drawing. I would say draw isometric at first. So like these aren't actually converging at all. Like the sides aren't converging. If you learn 1, 2, and 3-point perspective, you'll know what I mean by like
Convergence.
Yeah, so like the sides aren't converging, so your box would look like this.
Like isometric or parallel.
Isometric,
Kind of
exactly.
like a video, like a mobile game.
Yeah, like a mobile game. And this would come here, and this would come here, so it's like isometric. And then you can pull out, right? You wouldn't copy and paste, you would draw this manually. You would pull out like that, and then shoop, shoop. And then you can ghost like that. This is tilted, by the way. This is not, this line is not straight. Like it's meant to kind of tilt a little bit. I probably should have tilted it a little bit more. We'll do that.
Yeah, sure.
We'll tilt it more. I'm talking like,
Actually tilting it a lot more.
yeah, maybe something like that. This is a good exercise. Maybe even more. How about this? We'll tilt it like this much.
Oh.
And then you pull down like this. And you can round this out. And I would also use draw through in these. Can you pull up the bendy boxes on the mini?
Oh, yes. Here we go.
So you end up making things like this.
Yeah.
And this will really help your intuitive perspective drawing. Like drawing by thinking, am I above or below it, and pulling it out and having it feel natural. So you want to do assignments like this. And this is form drawing, right? Like these are more advanced ones where you're like doing more complicated things, but like bendy boxes, here's a little guide on like how they work. This is all from my class in our school, right? Drawing objects from different angles, very simple things. Color coding the sides, going, okay, I'm looking at it from this direction, I'm looking at it from that direction.
I would say like these classes that we have are very good for even like supplementing your current classes that you're taking as well.
Yeah, and then, you know, your basic forms are, you know, you got like cylinders, cones, boxes. You've got, you know, some people like adding the ribbon, like Will Weston, for example. He likes adding the ribbon. A lot of people like adding the ribbon. Some people add donuts.
Yeah.
To their forms. A lot of character artists will add donuts because you get donuts all the time going on. All right, this is not like a scientific set of primitive forms, it is an artist set that's actually useful when you're actually drawing things. Let me go to... Where is it?
That is so hard for me. My cubes always look so weird. I find that when there's like a weird looking cube, it's because you don't really know where it's going. Like you don't really have a solid idea. It's kind of like a dream. Where like in your dream, you're like, this looks like a box, but there's something off about it. Because like maybe your brain can't like fully visualize a box.
Yeah. So then when you're drawing, really think about the forms that are going on. Like, what is the form that's happening? How is this form changing as it moves, right?
You based a leg off of that.
Yeah, this is literally a leg, by the way.
There's a kneecap up there.
Yeah, so this is a leg. This is the kneecap. This is the calf. It's not a it's not like a human proportioned leg.
It could be a creature leg too.
Yeah. You got the tibia. You've got the upper leg. It's kind of like a creature leg, but legs have good curves to them, so
You might as well use it.
yeah, might as well use it. And of course, you know, your horizon line's down here. So everything up here, I'm going to be looking more up at, especially when it gets up here. And I'm looking down at these rocks. You're looking down at all this. Right? So if you're like drawing a wireframe over top of it, it kind of end up looking like that. Think of it in terms of like poly modeling, and all these are just like primitive forms. Right? And then this back here, this is literally just a silhouette, but if it wasn't, you'd get wrapping lines and polygons coming like that.
Wow.
So think about things in terms of that and just practice. Just keep practicing that. Keep practicing that. You can see there's like old lessons here as well. Like drawing boxes at different angles and fisheye camera lenses and stuff. There's a lot of different assignments that you can use to practice. But simple is good. Like practice simple until you can do it right. Because a lot of people will practice and do a whole bunch of them, but they'll never really be able to get them right a lot of the time. Like they'll do a bunch of practice, but the practice, like they'll never get to a point where they can get it correct. And they'll stop practicing it and they'll move on before... Bro, I need it. Thank you. They'll stop practicing and move on before they really get it correct. Because, like, I don't know, their school assignment will end. And they'll move on to the next week before they ever really got good at the previous week. Because 1 week is not enough time to, like, learn something. Like, to get good at something. It's enough time to learn how to do the assignment that gets you good at it, but it's not a long enough to get good at it. You have to practice much longer. I was just telling Clear Sky that earlier today. It was like a mentorship is not long enough to get good. It's enough to learn the assignments that will get you good if you keep practicing them.
Yeah. It's like you learn a tool set, and then you just have to keep doing it on your own.
How can you get good at intuitive perspective with boxes? I think a lot of intuitive perspective comes from doing a lot of the technical stuff over and over and over and over. And you eventually try to start doing them without the guidelines, and then you check them to see if you've done them right. And then if you haven't, you take note of what you missed. Like, I tend to do this, or I tend to do that. So it's like going and doing it, checking your work. And how do you check your work if you don't know how to check your work?
That's true.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they both work together. Like, there's the intuitive and the technical can check the intuitive. And so, like, a lot of people will go, I don't want to learn all the technical stuff. I'm just going to wing it. But it's like, how do you know if you're winging it right when you can't check it?
It actually causes more work on yourself because you're like, well, crap, I actually don't even. This isn't even correct.
In order to avoid work, you actually make more work and take longer.
Mm-hmm.
For someone who just bought a sketchbook, what kind of practice would you suggest filling it up? Anything, whatever you want to do. I would say just fill it up. Fill it up with anything, like random doodles and designs, experiments. I would treat it as a huge accomplishment to finish your first sketchbook. Most people never get that far.
I never got that far.
I think finishing, or not even just finishing, but like filling it up is more important than the what.
Yeah.
Because like doing the action is most of the battle. You know, maybe once you've gotten on like your second or third sketchbook, you can be like, maybe I'll dedicate this one to practicing this or practicing that. And I'm not saying you have to do this. Like, you could just go, I'm going to do a bunch of anime heads and I'm going to fill the whole book with anime heads. You could totally do that. Nothing wrong with it. Most people don't fill their sketchbook.
I need to just do like a dedicated sketchbook for like drawing different.
I'll show you some of my sketchbook if you want.
Do it.
I got a lot of bad, weird drawings in that.
You can have a sketchbook dedicated to drawing clothes. Totally fine. Toby.
I gotta make sure I'm not showing like, see, like, for example, you could literally just do this. Just draw random forms and blobs and all that kind of stuff. This was some like little thing that I was like, what about this? Like, I'll see little images and stuff online and I'll be like, that's kind of interesting. Random doodles and sketches and trying things just with pen. Toby, what are you meowing? He's like,
What are your live times? We've basically been streaming every day around the evening.
This kind of stuff.
Toby. Yeah, it's super cute.
Yeah, get out of here.
yeah, get out of
I don't
here.
know.
Love it.
More like random stuff. These are just like, I just straight up doodle with a pen and try stuff. I was like, that's kind of interesting. What if you start with like silhouette and just kind of do little poses and kind of start with like a rectangle for the body. I'll do like drawings of like a person crawling and then I'll be like, what does that look like three-dimensionally? So I'll draw the same exact pose multiple ways. Here's like random stuff and sketches and everything. I'll try different pens. We have this extensive collection of pens, and so I'll just like try a bunch of different stuff. What else? Like this page is random. Bunch of random stuff. Like this one doesn't really have anything interesting on it, in my opinion. Like, and there's drawings on most of the backs of these pages too. This one I was practicing. It's like a little bit of like hatching and speed lines and stuff. And this is just like my brain rot sketchbook that I'll listen to an audiobook and I'll draw in this. I was like, what about like something like this? Whoa. Like an explosion or...
That one looks like cool, like...
What one?
Landscape.
Oh, that. And I'm always trying to think dimensionally. Here's like... Oh, yeah.
Hey, Toby.
I'll like try different hatching stuff and I'll go like, what if I use hatching to create form? Like, right? None of this stuff is like intended to look pretty or really be seen at all. Here's like where my faces started. Like I started doing a bunch of anime faces.
Oh, those are cute.
Some of them from observation, some of them from reference and images that I find. There's Miki.
Oh, those are cute too. I like this one.
Which one? That one.
And that
Right,
one's
like
cute too.
smearing my ink, drawing the eyes too wide, like just trying everything. Like I'll miss, like I drew the line of the chin wrong and then I just drew another one in there. Like that. And like these are the faces that I talked about, like that I don't count towards my 1,000 heads challenge. Right? There's Fox's character. And I draw like these really ugly, weird faces sometimes too.
It's like a what's in your sketchbook instead of a what's in my bag.
Yeah. There's me. And I just fill pages and pages and pages and pages. Oh no, that one's cursed.
No, it's not that cursed. It's cute.
Yeah, I was going like, what do those anime heads look like where they make the eyes like really,
You actually
really,
made it pretty
really
decent though.
Abby, and I was like studying that girl from what's it, Parasite. And then I was like, what if I drew like guy faces? Like, what if I like really mix up the proportions and draw them weird? That one?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like trying to understand like the skull, like kind of like the mask area, because you see that so prominently on a lot of faces. Guy heads, orcs.
Oh, those orcs look great.
Just like a bunch of random stuff.
You know, I should study a bunch of like those really nice 50s comic art and just dedicate a sketchbook to it.
Yeah, for sure.
I need to find a sketchbook now.
Hey,
Hey. Toby, what do you mean? What do you...
he loves trying to climb the green screen. But yeah, like I don't know. I'm literally just like my singular focus is trying to fill this sketchbook up and just draw and fill every single space. I figured out how to draw pills. They're kind of cool.
They're really cool.
Like I'll just try stuff and like experiment.
Water pills where it's like you take out
This is
it, take it
testing
out.
pens.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
Water pills.
Like those
Oh, the
toys.
little like the animals in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't eat them.
Nope. Have you eaten them?
And this is like no. This is like the latest page where I was like I'm like I figured out how to draw pills.
I like that one down there.
This?
Yeah. He's a fun little guy.
And so I'm like, what if I kind of applied what I tried to use, what I drew pills with to like dark hair? And so that's what this experiment was. So like, if you want to draw.
How long does it take to be able to draw like this?
I don't know. I've been drawing for a long time. I'm not really, I don't know. It's different. But like a pill, for example, right? I learned that if you draw a capsule, come on, there we go. What you can do is you make one side of it and you draw a little edge. You leave like an edge of white around here, and then here's the highlight on the cylinder. Why is this not? There we go. Here, let me fix this a little bit. So I was like, oh, like that's kind of a cool way to draw like a pill. Right? You like leave this little gap of white. I was like, what if when I do hair, like what if I tried this? What if I like colored in the hair black? And I had my highlight right here, but I like left a little gap of white around the edge. Like what would that look like? And just being like completely free and willing to fail. Like what would that look like? And so I was just trying to do that with like a marker. That's what I'm talking about with like willingness to try stuff that just does not work at all. And obviously with digital, you can be a little bit more careful with it. And maybe we have like streaks that go through here. Maybe it's not all the same thickness. Like, what if someone's whole head was covered in hair that kind of ended up looking like
Ah,
that?
that's cool.
Like, what would it look like? And of course, you'd still use uniform drawing. Right? You'd have like hair that would go over other hair. And
Maybe
it would
that
end
will
up,
create an outline.
yeah. And it would end up creating an outline, you know?
That's cool.
And you just try different stuff. And it was just because I was like messing around and being like, what if I did this? What if I did that? Like, you gotta give yourself the permission to like mess up and do stuff that just doesn't work. It so doesn't matter. It's so not important.
I actually just noticed that you can create a really simple velvet texture just by like starting with dark. And then just like drawing the folds with a highlight on it with your highlight tone. And now it looks like velvet. Ah, look at that. With a bit of a grain to it. Just by experimenting as well, actually. And then I was like, oh, what if I made these pleats more, like, less round and actually sharp, like daggers? I think that would be kind of interesting, too.
Had a eureka moment with 1 point perspective just by kind of wondering, how do I do this? Yeah, like that's exactly what I'm talking about. Is like give yourself permission to experiment and try things and go like, what if I did this? What if I did that?
Yeah.
It's literally, it's like one of the best ways to learn. Like that will contribute so much to developing a unique style as well, if that's something you're interested in, because like you're actually discovering things for yourself as well. Not everything. You don't want to do that with absolutely everything. Like I think classes and all that are really useful and important.
Took over a month break from art. Any tips so it doesn't feel like a chore? Think of it like a game, I guess. But also, it's hard to not think of it like a chore because like you have like a lot of high expectations of yourself, and you're like, well, if this doesn't look right, then it's not good. Therefore, I'm gonna feel ashamed of myself, and therefore it will feel like a chore. You know.
I hate Jim Carrey. Are you the one that did the Secret Santa for me? Is that because you have like two usernames, right? Watch on YouTube the playback of her showing the sheer fabric.
Yay.
Awesome.
I think when it feels like a chore, it's like what kind of thoughts do you say to yourself when you draw? You're like, crap, this doesn't look good. Oh, I really should draw. Oh, well, I should practice. And that's like very like, it can be kind of leading towards guilt. Whereas if you switch and you say you just have we were talking about sketchbooks earlier. If you just have like a dump sketchbook that you're like, this sketchbook is for me to not care. You know, you can try that. But in the end, it's like whatever works for you. I don't really know your thought process.
I have a dump sketchbook.
Yep.
I don't ever use lined paper for sketchbooks. You can, like, there's nothing wrong with it. This is where I discovered how to draw those little chibi heads, by the way.
Yeah. You're like, I remember you asking me, like, oh, do you
see, there's
draw
June
heads like this?
And like, I really like that way of drawing them. See, like I messed up a bunch of times and I'm like, that doesn't look cute. That doesn't look cute. And I'm like, wait, that one kind of looks kind of cute. Like that. And so I'll just experiment. I'll draw like 50 of them. I try to fill every single gap on the paper. Every gap with something, some experiment or test. Right? Like,
oh, drawing your math homework.
This page is not done yet. I haven't filled every really gap, but right? And I'll try to draw like heads in the gaps and faces and all kinds of stuff. I didn't draw.
I still think that idea of math homework sketchbook is a great idea.
Yeah, I love.
Oh, those are cute. Wait, I drew those. Never mind.
You did draw those.
I did draw some.
You drew in my sketch. Sometimes you'll grab my sketchbook and draw on it.
Yeah, and then I don't do it anymore.
Here's like a bunch of old stuff. Gesture, whatever. I don't even know when I did these. Probably like, I put this sketchbook away for a really long time.
Do you do all other mediums, painting, markers, color pencils, etc.?
Sometimes. Not
those are
really.
cute.
Oh, these are a bunch of Abby's.
What? I remember those. Oh, I love this outfit.
I did a bunch of Abby's, like, I don't know, last year or something. Or like the beginning of this year. It's like random. This is like way earlier in the sketchbook.
Oh,
Yeah, cute.
I love them. Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah, this is like exploring different ideas for different artworks and stuff. Because a lot of this stuff, like, you can make it pretty. Like, you can fix composition. Like, if you don't like the story, why do it?
Mm-hmm.
You can present almost anything in a pretty way.
Those are so fun. I notice you don't use the back pages that much.
Sometimes I do.
Mm-hmm. Oh, those are fun. I never saw that one.
I don't know. This is from like way earlier this year.
Aliens.
Oh yeah. You need another cough drop?
I might.
Like
Just nonstop.
random jubblies and mechanical stuff and experimenting and alien stuff. I don't know. And I'll notice, like, people, like, look at this, right? This is the craziest thing. I did a whole page of boxes, but in light blue, and then I did a whole new page over top. So you can really extend the life of your sketchbook if you do 2 times the amount of drawings with different colors. Like, you may not even notice that there was, like, a bunch of boxes in blue in the background, but I got a whole page of practice, and then I got a whole second page of practice on top of the practice. So if you only have one sketchbook and you wanna extend the life, pencil, maybe like colored pencil, and then over top of it. Oh yeah, I was practicing drawing Ray a long time ago.
My character.
These.
Wait a second. Did I see these?
Yeah, you're probably the one who put the check mark by them.
Oh yeah. You smell like glitter.
More Abby. Yeah. But anyways, that's what my sketchbook looks like. Yours don't have to look like that. Anything like it. I use my sketchbook to experiment and try stuff. Experiment, try stuff, have complete freedom. I don't show it that often. I don't upload it anywhere. I never put anything on Instagram or online. It's just purely exploration and experimenting and trying stuff. What time is it? 3 hours and 12 minutes in. You want to wrap up?
Yeah, I think I'm ready to wrap up.
Sounds good. Maybe chat. Maybe we'll head off.
Maybe we should do a fashion study stream. It'd be kind of fun. Yeah, we'll head off.
Yeah, we went live late today. We were tired and took a nap and then overslept by a lot and woke up and it was like, what day is it? What year?
What year?
What year is it? It's 2026.
My back hurts.
Does it? From what?
I'm gardening.
Oh.
Working with my garden tower. I refilled the whole thing. I was just bending over a lot and squatting. So now my lower body's sore.
Yeah.
Love being alive. I'm great. I'm great. What? That's great. Thank you. I'm so glad.
All right. Good night, everybody. Have a fantastic night. And we're probably going to go live tomorrow as well.
Yeah.
We're doing like shorter streams this week, but we're going live every day. So we'll see how it is.
Don't forget, we have our anime art school. And also, if you want, check out our live classes that's coming up in February. It's all on the same link, drawanime.com.
Yes.
So, yeah.
If you want to you can go sign up for our figure drawing classes that are starting in February. You can go check those out on the teal button on this site. It's going to say like figure drawing and anatomy February term or something like that. If you want to take a live actual class with Christina and I live on Zoom.
Yep.
And, you know, learn about figure drawing and everything. And we talk about a lot of stuff. We'll talk about like design and designing poses, and any question that people ask, we generally talk about it, but there is a curriculum for it and a weekly schedule that we have, and we go through the whole process and critique homework. It's really fun.
And if you have any questions about like our products or like our anime art school or the class, you can DM us.
Yep.
No
you
pressure.
can just DM us and or ask in the Discord or wherever.
Yep.
Which is also available on here.
Yes. Our Discord
So-
event is also on there too.
Good night, everybody.
Have
Have a good night, and
Yeah.
we'll see you tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
See ya. Maybe we'll play a little bit of Baldur's Gate or draw or something. I don't know. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And bye-bye YouTube as well.
See ya.
We'll catch you later.